Every stylish guy knows what takes an outfit from good to great is the attention to detail. And nothing completes a look like the right belt. You know what ruins a great outfit fast? A worn out belt that doesn't fit right. Most guys are still rocking belts with stretched out holes that either pinch your waist or sag and throw off the whole look. That's why I'm excited to partner with today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle. This family-run company has been around since 2009 and they've completely reimagined how belts should work. Instead of holes, Anson Belt uses a micro-adjustable track system with quarter-inch increments. That means you get the perfect fit every single time. And once you feel that kind of comfort and precision, you'll never want to wear a traditional belt again. The best part, you can mix and match every buckle with any strap. One box set gives you 9 different belt combos, so you'll get to maximize versatility with way less clutter in your closet. But this isn't just about style, it's about feeling more comfortable, more confident, and more put together every time you get dressed. Anson Belt moves with you, so whether you're sitting, standing, or on the go, you're always comfortable and always looking sharp. I've been wearing mine nonstop, and honestly, it's the best belt I've ever owned. Once you try it, you will see exactly what I mean. You won't go back. And here's why you can trust them. They're still proudly family-owned. They've earned over 40,000 5-star reviews, and every belt is backed by a lifetime guarantee on functionality. They stand behind every product they make, and once you try one, you'll understand why. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring today's video, when you click the link in the description or scan this QR code to build a box set, you'll get 2 bonus pieces, a buckle and a strap completely free. That's 3 buckles and 3 straps, which you can mix and match into 9 unique belt combos all in one box. It's an exclusive deal you won't get anywhere else, so click the link, build your set, and upgrade your belt games today. It's go time. I'm broke, baby. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to King Talk. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew for the night. We got Mr. Trail Smooth, Terry Roseland, Willie Bean, Real Dope, Biz, the Poet, Hank, me, myself on the PJ. Welcome to King Talk. What's going on, time? What's going on? How y'all doing?
What up?
Sup.
What's going on? What's going on?
Good doing, man. Good to see y'all. Happy Tuesday, man. It's like this week is flying by already, man. See what we got in the chat, man. We got Dwayne Coleman, first time seeing you. What's up? Said I'm broke. What's going on, Nike? How you doing? Dory, how you doing, man? We got Mills, 3679 is in the house as well. Bakerman, 904. How y'all doing? Dale Matthew says, you guys come in, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. What's going on, Fishing the Fit? Shaka 23. If you catch us on the replay, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. But we got an excellent show here for you guys. We're going to talk about Dr. Umar opening up with that. We're going to transition to is getting rich, luck, or hard work. So, great topics for you guys. Y'all ready to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and run a little bit of this clip, man. The first part, just to give you guys a little bit of context. But Dr. Umar says he's broke, and he went to the internet to express his frustration. So here we go.
Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay.
I have every single tax return this man and his organization has filed with the IRS. I have the 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and the most recent 2024 tax returns. According to each and every tax return for the past 5 years, his organization has collected over $400,000, $405,913 in donations. Now, here's the thing that's a little bit odd. 2 out of the 5 years, this man is claiming that he collected absolutely no money in donations. So in 2020, this man claims he did not collect 1 penny in donations. And in 2022, this man is claiming he accepted or collected absolutely no money in donations. Now that seems extremely odd for a man who posts videos online like this.
Donations, 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 gifts, 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 more gifts, more gifts.
I'm gonna stop it right there, man. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT, who was able to dive a little bit deeper into the story and gives his opinion about what he thinks is going on. But that's Dr. Umar went to the internet saying that he is broke and asking for the internet for assistance. I just want to get y'all immediate reactions on this. I'm gonna go ahead and start with you, Viz. I know you're a big fan of Dr. Umar. I know you've been rolling with him since back in the day, man, when it all started. So what are your thoughts, sir?
Come on, man. Don't come on here lying, bro.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, man. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Dr. Umar is a character for sure. I understand what he's doing, but I think that he taints his message by portraying to be the character that he is. So I'm all for the Black empowerment movement, but to conduct himself in the manner that he does, that's no one is going to take that serious. And I think that's why he's in the position that he's in, where no one would support him.
All right,
or the people that do are just gullible.
Right. Go ahead, Willie.
Hey, you can't your name can't have no type of dirt, mud, or smut on it if you expect the community to be willing to contribute to you financially in a time of need. And it's also super hard for people to see that it's worthy or worthwhile for them to contribute to when, you've been a man of stature, or of means up until you fell off. So, I mean, I understand personally that, I'm saying, what it's like to have a bank freeze your assets, the IRS free. I understand what that's like. But at the same time, once people have a certain vision of you and you're supposed to be the one with money, it's going to always be really, really hard to get people to try to help you, because instead of helping you, they're just going to know what happened. And in his case, he's been taking donations for a school for damn near over 10 years. And if in 10 years you've only picked up $400,000, where is that money at? So it's a lot that's gonna go on with him, but his name has too much. He's been in too much controversy for people to want to try to help him.
All right, go ahead, Trev.
Yeah, it's a sad situation. I wasn't expecting to ever see him like this. I thought he was financially sound, or at least pretty financially literate. So what I would say about that is people who acquire a large sum of money, you should know to put it into different places, right? I won't say too much about it, but nobody can freeze all of my assets at once. And I don't think that we should be in a position where we can do that. We have to educate ourselves on how to handle money. And I don't even know what's going on with it. I wish I knew a little bit more, like what's up with the fraud and why all of it is frozen, why he doesn't have access to it. I mean, I've had situations where, I had an account that was compromised, but, I was able to handle it all the way through. I understand that maybe he's under investigation and that might be making it worse as to why he can't touch it, but still there's money somewhere. It's shameful when you have to actually beg the public for money not for your organizations now, but to actually just survive, right? That's a really humbling position to be in. So I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I'm hoping he can get through the situation, honestly, but I would just take it as a learning lesson, right? A teaching moment for us to really organize our finances so we're never in a similar position to this.
Do you think that he's really in that position?
I hate to put things on people that I don't have proof of. If I had to go with a gut feeling, I would certainly say he's in trouble. I haven't personally witnessed anything that was proven to be dishonorable by him, and I try not to go off of like just what people say, as far as like the outsiders, everybody saying, oh, well, he might be doing this. I'm definitely going to look more into it to see, so I can get a better formulated opinion. As it is right now, I'm taking it at face value because I don't have any legitimate reasons to substantiate anything else. So I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I'm going to want to look into it more before I cast judgment on the brother. But it's not looking good.
All right. You want to say something, Terry? I thought you were trying to say something.
I don't really like to speculate too much. I don't like to speculate. I don't really follow Dr. Umar. This is my first time seeing that video, and it ain't too many facts. I mean, my man's did drop the tax returns and all of that, so it seemed like he collected a lot of people's money. I hope he's doing right by it. It's not looking good, but it's not really too many facts out there to give a. I don't like to get in people's pockets too deep or speculate, so I don't really have too much of an opinion on what he got going on.
Okay. I'm going to play a little bit more of this video, and then we'll see if that changes your minds here.
Uh-oh.
Where is the money going? Now, according to his financial reports, he is claiming that over a 5-year period, he spent a total of $71,412 in expenses. Now, that sounds good if you're trying to make money, but the problem is this. Over that 5-year period, he is claiming that every one of those dollars was spent in only one tax year, 2021. So you're telling me in 2020, 2022, 2023, and 2024, you spent absolutely nothing in business expenses. So no utilities, no repairs, nothing in 4 out of the 5 years of the organization. In your words, that sounds a little bit...
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Another thing that seems a bit odd is the fact that over that 5-year period, each and every year, Dr. Umar Johnson is described as the executive director of the organization and claims that he works 60-hour weeks every single week out of the year over a 5-year period. But yet he claims absolutely nothing in compensation. He gets paid nothing for all that hard work. All right, so now let's dive deep into these numbers and see what the story says. So based on the information provided by Dr. Umar and his tax filings, FDMG had a cash balance at the beginning of 2020 in the amount of $518,048. Pretty good. Over $500,000 in cash at the beginning of 2020. But by the end of 2024, its cash balance was $56,162. So that means during that 5-year period, the cash of this organization decreased by $461,886. But it gets worse because we actually have to do the math on the profit and loss of each year. Based on the information that's provided in the tax returns, the organization actually had a positive cash flow of $330,501. That means the organization made money over that 5-year period. So when we actually run the numbers, that's a discrepancy of actually over $792,000. But we were able to dig in to the numbers and see where some of that money went. Well, based on the information, in 2020, that is the year where the real estate of the organization was purchased. Now, I'm giving him saying that he spent $436,996 on the real estate. That may not be the true number, but that's what he claims the property is worth. So I'm going to give him that as a cash deduction. Now, he also claims that he paid off $54,361 worth of debt. So that is also a deduction from the cash balances. And he also claims that he was able to invest $141,278. So we still have a discrepancy of almost $160,000. And for those of you who are unaware, both the state of Pennsylvania and the Internal Revenue Service has already put Dr. Umar Johnson and his academy on notice that he is unable to collect funds as a nonprofit organization because of his lack of transparency and providing the financial information they requested.
All right, again, shout out to Pocket Watcher with JT. I will be putting that clip so you can watch the whole entire episode. It will be in the description shortly. But what do you guys think now? Does that change your mind a little bit, Terry?
Yeah, that shit look bad, bro. That shit look real bad. Bro did his homework for real. That shit look terrible. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's the most I ever seen somebody pull receipts on Umar. So
Hey, I don't know. Everything that we're hearing, like Terry said, sounds horrible. At the same time, it just seemed crazy as hell that this man has did all this homework, digging into his, financial records. The young version of me wants to be like, man, this nigga is a hater, bro. Like that, it just sounds crazy.
Pocket watcher.
That's his whole stick. He does that to every scammer that's been out there. Everybody from Jay Morrison, DJ Envy, all of them. He cooked all of them boys. And he the king of receipts.
That's crazy. I get it though. Dude, definitely, he out of pocket, but again, just the character, in my opinion, the character that he portrays is like I wouldn't trust dude with a dollar. You know what I'm saying? But he was able to finesse a lot of people, clearly. So,
all right, go ahead, Dope.
My take, I'm not a Umar fan at all. I don't find him to be trustworthy from what I gather. So I posted a comment the other day. I said, stop giving this nigga your money. Like, I don't know why anybody would. I guess I get why people would give him their money, but I wouldn't give him a dime. Like I wouldn't give him a dime. I don't find him to be credible. So that's my take. I don't really have too much to say.
All right, go ahead, Hank. Struggle streaming. We got to get him some little sticky
Can you
things,
hear
sticky
me?
notes.
Man, I don't own them goddamn headphones. You hear me now?
Yeah, we
Can you hear me? We good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we've been saying it for a long time that Dr. Umar's a fraud, but now that we're starting to have more and more proof out there, more and more evidence, is really making him look bad. Now, him talking about people was hacking his account, man, it happens to everybody every day. That's nothing new. We all have to deal with that, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? You just make the proper adjustments that you have to do with your bank, make sure you file a fraud claim and go from there. But him trying to use that to say, yeah, I don't believe that at all. I think it's just another way of scamming more money out of people. So.
I'm just thinking about the frame of mind, though, that he had to be in to even decide that he wanted to virtually panhandle at this point. Like,
Yeah.
how much are you in despair that you feel like you need to do that? Because just what is that doing for your brand? It's embarrassing in so many ways. I'd be so ashamed to do that. I'll be honest, I'll catch a lick first before I start begging. As horrible as that may sound, but for your brand, this is just like, damn, brother. Like, and you gotta just have some type of foresight to think that people are going to start digging into your finances. At this point, you're a public figure, and people already were skeptical about the school and everything, which I've actually seen some progress because he did cover some video and it looked like it was some progress as of late, at least. But people were always skeptical about it, at least for the past few years. So to now come up with this, you gotta understand that people are gonna dig deep into your finances, and the age of social media, man, it's not gonna turn out well for you. So if you have any skeletons in your closets or anything that might be kind of sus, you may never want to have people looking into your finances like this. And I think the scrutiny is only going to get worse. And the more layers that we peel back, the more evidence we'll find of something that could very well be nefarious. I've certainly, after watching what Pocket Watcher did just now, it makes it look a lot worse than what I initially thought, because that's tax returns and everything, and that math ain't mathing. So if I were him, I would be quite concerned right about now.
Man, betrayal. That's why I say, like, do you think that's what's really happening, right? Because he's been in the internet world for what, 15 years maybe.
Well, if he's lying about that, I think he's smart enough to understand that he's going to be at risk for fraud. Anytime you try to do any types of crowdfunding and things like that, and then if you are misleading people, then you could get all types of weird wire fraud charges and shit like that. So I think he's at least cognizant of what's going on with that. I hope that it's not some bullshit, because he's really opening up a can of worms. If that part of it is bullshit, he's in real trouble, because when you start to take money from people publicly like that, you run into some real issues.
Yeah, wire fraud. Each one of those charges, one is federal, and that shit is 10 to 25 per charge. So y'all better quit playing with them banks and shit. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, when I saw it, I was thinking, like, man, it's a lot of people that be doing a lot of type of different things. They just ain't got caught yet. A lot of people's paperwork is not in order when it comes to taxes, and it's just, when you look at things like that, it just make you want to double check yours and make sure your bookkeeping is in order, because I would hate to be audited and be that far in the hole. To have your accounts froze, I've never experienced anything like that, but I just couldn't imagine you waking up one day and we put so much trust into these banks, but they all connected. And if you do something, make a mistake, they can just hold all your money and even take it if they find you guilty of on the government. They just wipe it all out, and that could put some people in a tough situation.
You can JT is a solid tax guy too. So I mean, he also, for anybody who's not aware, he does taxes for people. Like he's a legit tax professional as well. So one of the things that I like about guys like him is that they'll get you the most without putting you in risk of going to jail. A lot of these accountants out here will try to go get you a bunch of deductions that they know you don't qualify for that may pass, but then you get audited 3 or 4 years later, and then that tax guy you can't find. So now you got to go down there to the IRS office in person and talk to these people and not be able to explain why you took them deductions. It's not going to go over, and then they're going to hit you with a penalty for the money that you took that you weren't supposed to get, and then on top of that, you have to pay interest. So, like playing with these taxes and shit, man. If you get into a bag, you got to have that shit in order.
And then also too, I remember the first time when I got a business, I had went to somebody because I never did the business tax, but when I went to somebody, they was promising to get you money, and I went through the whole process and. I think I wrote off a bunch of money because I was a first-time business. And then when I got with my accountant that I'm with right now, I'm coming to find out, even though the tax return printed out, it was never filed. She didn't know what she was doing. It was kind of like a red flag even in the moment because I didn't know. It just, she was kind of stuck a little bit. But once I went to my accountant, we had to go back to file that. And one of the things that I learned too is that you can always go back to amend, but as long as you get the tax return, you can file for an extension. But as long as you get it in, you can file all zeros. You can always go back to correct whatever needs to be corrected, but you at least got to get it in. So, and if they charging you by how much you're getting back, you don't want to mess with them. You know, yeah, like the person that I'm with now, they just charge per form, no matter what you're getting back. Mm-hmm. So I think you got to surround yourself when it comes to these finances. It's no joke. And when you start making more money, you can really see how some of these celebrities and stars can get in the hole, especially if you're getting money that's tax-free. So just make sure you educate yourself. Make sure you have that bookkeeping in order because you don't want to be one of those people on the other side because it can be a scary place. You owe a whole lot of money. We'll get to these super chats, man. We're going to get into is getting rich, luck, or hard work. Privacy the Savior, also a member, $10 says, Trev, the problem is he been panhandling people, just fell for it. People just fell for it now. He is trying a different tactic because the IRS is probably the ones who froze his account. Shaking my head. Going outside in 2025 is diabolical. Successful MD, $2 says, people get caught up on grifting and spoken words all the time. Privacy the Savior, again, $5 says, also, Trev, he probably hasn't worked in years. So all he knows is asking for donation. Laziness is a disease. You guys haven't already, man, make sure you hit that like button and also make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up this clip, man. Y'all good? Yeah, I was kind of dry on that one, man. I guess y'all already want to talk about it. I think it'd be an internet hit, but I just want to hit on this one, huh? Nobody care about Umar. Let's see. Who said pause? Trev.
That was Trev.
Yeah, over there drinking that prune juice again.
Damn, Trev, how old are you?
I was out there. This apple juice.
Hey, no, Trev just got back from Thailand. He got to clean that system out.
He just got back from Thailand. He probably needs to be taking some antibiotics. Damn, prune juice.
Yeah. Hey, you got to take your antibiotics proactively, bro.
I ain't mad at it.
Hey,
you're a wild boy.
Hey, Trev, I saw the pic. You was in the room.
Wait, where was that? Where was that at? Oh, yeah.
In the store.
Oh, yeah.
Trev was the only one in the room, like.
Oh, well, hey, man. Yeah, it's like that out there. That wasn't Thailand, though. That was the Olongapo, Philippines. It's like that.
Oh, right. The Philippines, right.
Wait, pause.
You said the longest pole.
No. I said,
Yeah, you
hey,
tripping, bro.
pause. I ain't say. I said I said Olongapo. That's an area in the Philippines near Subic Bay, Angeles, and you know what I mean. Oh damn! I would never say that. Woo. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like you was having some fun down there, man.
Some
Not
of the
too
women
much
got
fun. You
poles
know what I
down
mean?
there
Not
too.
too much fun.
Yeah, it's a business trip, man. That's all.
Better be careful.
Y'all
Yeah,
trying to get me hemmed up, huh? All right.
no, I'm sure you are.
y'all are here.
All right, so I came across this clip, man. They was actually discussing this, man. So I'm gonna play a little bit of this, and then we'll go ahead and get into it. Take this one down. Here we go.
There are institutional and systemic barriers that prevent some people from becoming successful.
I don't know if anyone that has millions of dollars has ever ridden a bus, but you don't understand that your day would be 4 hours to get somewhere back and forth as opposed to a 20-minute drive. And so the shift in all these things that happen are highly destructive. And it's not that people become lazy, it's because they become overwhelmed.
Education, access, knowledge,
Accessibility to almost everything.
Redlining.
But that's like how complex adaptive systems work. The number one determinant of outcomes is your initial conditions. Like that's biology. That's how complexity systems, that's how the universe is designed. Right. So, it just is what it is. Like, that's how the nature of the fabric of biology is. And so, we can sit here and complain how it's not equal, but that's just how it is. Like, of course, it would be a utopian society where everybody, but then we could have that if we had, like, imagine we had unlimited energy, right? Because money is just stored energy, right? Like, that's all. You go to work, you expend your energy, they give you dollars, right? And that's where the real disconnect is. You're getting dollars in exchange for your energy, but then the dollar is losing its value and you don't know how to offset that, so then everything gets a little bit harder.
And more energy you put out.
And so, but all my point is on this is like, there's for sure barriers. Like if you're in a club, you know the right people, your network is your net worth. I mean, that's just how the world works. And like, I don't really think there's any way to unwind that.
I mean, it's interesting to hear you say that it's a fact of biology in the universe when we know that these are man-made systems. We know that these are man-made policies. It's not that, the universe or God or our biology has determined that it's right to redline. These are man-made policies. That's not just how it is. It's how you, as someone who has been born into capitalism, has experienced the world and as like life views have been shaped. And if we're thinking also about, racialized capitalism, we're thinking about the institutionalization of white supremacy. It's really interesting to see, honestly, how that's coming up in this room, by way of how I'm hearing like, or I'm just kind of, struck by, hearing that it's like a fact of biology and the universe, that these are barriers.
Sure, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, if you just think about an actual like Sierpinski's triangle or something, where it's where you start has the most, this is just math, like the most determinant outcome like is based on your initial condition, not what you do. Like, I mean, look, you go to Chipotle, the guy who's grilling the chicken's working hard, right? There's a lot of people working hard. And like, I think that's the whole American dream thing is like, you want to believe that if you work hard, that you get results, right? And I think that's what we're talking about here. But what I'm trying to tell you is most of it's just luck. Where you were born is the most important thing in determining outcomes. Now you can overcome that for sure, no question. But I'm just telling you that like, that's how the systems work. Like, and that's how you can do it in a non-human system. And you can see this as well. And that's what I meant by biology. Like there's all kinds of complex science that like just shows this.
Right.
All right. I don't, hopefully I was following it, man, but are systemic barriers just an excuse, or do they truly hold people back from success today?
It's an excuse. It's a complete excuse. And I think that whoever was the producer of that video was like bad at producing. Like, why did you have 3 white millionaires and you had 3 minority, pretty much people that aren't millionaires? Of course, like they're going to bring up like, well, you didn't have it. This, like, you should have had 3 minority millionaires who came from the gutter. And that would have been a much better conversation. But I completely I think that people just make excuses on why they can't make money. If you and most people don't even try to make money. Most people don't talk to somebody who's a millionaire and say, hey, how did you become a millionaire? You know, most people don't like to talk about money. They don't want to talk about money or nothing like that. So most people don't even want to be a millionaire. We all grew up thinking we wanted to be millionaires, but we never actually did anything once we became an adult to be a millionaire. I used to want to go to the NFL, but I never applied myself like I should have. And I can take accountability for that. Most people, if they just changed the way that they looked at the world, and if they looked at the world like I'm responsible for every place that I end up, they would probably 50% more people would have more money. So,
all right. Anybody else on systemic barriers just an excuse, or do they truly hold people back from success today?
I got a couple of thoughts about that. Now, we do have to acknowledge that there are systemic barriers, right? Which many of us have experienced in many different ways, right? Some people will, even like within ourselves, right? We know how we have a lot of people who will gatekeep and don't want to share, whereas some groups do. Some cultures, all they do is talk money. We touched on financial literacy before. You're at a great disadvantage if you are not financially literate, and a lot of us didn't learn that. Most things that I've learned about finances was, rubbing shoulders with people who were millionaires as I became a grown man. From what I saw, my parents, they were immigrants, so it was actually a great deal to be able to work hard and get money, and we did okay. And I thought that was the American dream. One day I woke up and was like, this shit is actually a fucking nightmare. So if you're not even taught that off rip, that what you're supposed to be doing is excelling to be the absolute best, then you're already at a disadvantage. And a lot of us aren't taught that. And we have to realize that a lot of times I refer to the bell curve, and there's always going to be some who are wealthy, but there's never been a society where everybody will be wealthy. If we all start making money, then our money is just going to fall victim to inflation. We'll never all be rich. There's always going to be a small percentage of us that are wealthy. Now, can you choose to be wealthy? If you were determined enough, if you were driven enough, if you recognize that this is something that you want to do and you actually execute accordingly, then you can get to that realm. But I think that sometimes the culture we grow up in, it's not conducive to wealth because we're not taught. You disagree that? You think that most families are talk about money and are taught wealth and are predispositioned to get money?
Yeah, I don't think that we have a good head start at all. I don't think that we have good footing there at all. However, I don't think financial literacy is even a matter when it comes to making money. Financial literacy is important when it comes to keeping money. But if you never made $1 million, then it's like you make the $1 million. You can lose it. You can fuck it up. You can get in debt. However, at least you learn how to make money, and then it's your job to fix it. Everybody. I don't know about everybody. I know I've made a lot of money before, and I did not pay my taxes, and they got on my ass, and I had to do it. But either way, I know how to make money from scratch. You can take all of my money any day that you want to. I'm going to have money again in a matter of 1 or 2 years because I know how to make money. Once you get there, all you need is fuel for your fire. But it's a set of skills that you learn once you get there. It's a knowledge base that you learn. Now, of course, it is better if somebody teach you the knowledge. However, like you acquire the knowledge from experience. I don't care. Anybody can get rich in any field if they want to. Let's not even say rich. Anybody can become well off and be able to pay all of their bills and more and have everything that they want in any field that they want to if they just have discipline. And most of us do not have discipline. I can tell you how to go from washing dishes to owning several restaurants, and it's easy, right? If you just put the time in and you're not trying to skip steps and you stay disciplined, save up your money, you can climb that ladder. Most people aren't interested in climbing ladders. Everybody want to start up here. Start at the bottom, put your time in, climb the ladder, do it, apply yourself. People are going to give you opportunities. You just have to be ready for them. Everybody's going to get an opportunity. You just got to be ready for it, and you got to be trustworthy. That's the least you can do is be trustworthy. Like if somebody can trust you when they restaurant with their keys, eventually he's gonna give you the game. if you want it.
So
Wait, yeah, I was gonna say
the reason
that's
why
only
the
if
reason
you
what I'm
want.
saying the reason I was saying that is like just how you said a lot of people want to start up here. Some people are taught that you have to have a boss mindset, and they don't think about that climbing a ladder. They don't think that that's the way to go. And that's what I was pertaining to when I said financial literacy, not just in retaining money, but also how to make money. A lot of us don't know how to gain wealth, much less keep it. That I think the bigger problem is trying to initially get that money in the first place for most people. And a lot of us don't know how to go about it. And I do feel like if you were never taught that and you aren't around people who know what they're doing, sure, information is available now within the last, I say, decade, yes, because there's different ways on how to learn money. But then, even with that, sometimes there's a bunch of grifters, scammers who tell you different ways to make money. It's like, where do you learn that? Where is the right place to learn that? Most of this generation coming up, at least half of millennials down, anything after that, they learn from the internet. That's how we consume information. That's how a lot of us learn. And we are going to influencers and social media. And some of these people don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they know how to talk a good game. And they'll
Sure, can I ask you
convince
a
people
question?
on this is how to make money. Go ahead.
If
Hold on. Hold that question. Let me get some other people involved, and then we'll come back around. So just put that question in the parking lot. Willie, Viz, Terry,
I
anybody else
think
wanna
it's
chime in?
I think that it's a little bit of both. Like Trev said, yeah, absolutely. There's definitely some barriers that's placed there, but those barriers are only as big as you make them. I think that if you have that drive and determination to get out of whatever situation you're in, you can do it. The thing is, even like to Trev's point, that in the black community, we push that boss mindset, right? We push that you got to get it out the mud. I'm self-made. A lot of these narratives that makes it more difficult for you to say that you did it self-made. It's like, well, you could have went and bumped shoulders with such and such and did it damn near 10 times faster. You know, it's that individualism that plagues us. I think the other part of it too, even if you do have that boss mindset, a good boss understands that I have to be an amazing worker in order to be a good boss. So you can't ignore or defy the process of going up the ladder. There's some people that just may get that opportunity to get thrown up there on top of the ladder, but usually they got a gift of gab, or they know how to get maneuver in crowds or rooms to get to the right person for them to give them the game. So I think that it is a little bit of both, but again, those barriers are only as big as you make them.
Are they barriers or obstacles?
It's the same thing.
Yeah, I would say that's the same thing.
Let me look it up. Y'all
You can jump over a barrier.
I feel like an obstacle is just something that's like I gotta jump over an obstacle. I feel like barrier typically is like it's really keeping you from getting to something. Maybe I'm wrong.
An obstacle
I mean,
course is full of barriers that keep you from getting to the finish line. So I mean, those words are synonymous almost.
Even taking into consideration a child barrier for the stairs, the child may not be able to get over it. They can get over it if they actually try, but us as adults, we can just step right over that motherfucker. So you may not be able to run, you know what I'm saying, freely, but you're gonna have to take a moment to, all right, especially if you was old as Hank, you got to go one foot at a time.
Yeah. Take this with a
Damn,
grain of
is that
salt.
what
But
we doing, Viz? Is that what we doing?
All right, go ahead, Terry.
I think that basically to say that it's an excuse to have that systematic barriers, I think that's a little irresponsible. Just if you really understand the capitalism, we know that everybody, like Trev said, we know that everybody cannot be rich. That it's impossible for everybody to be rich. That's how capitalism is set up. So is it possible for you as an individual to squeeze through that door if you're determined enough and all these things? Absolutely. But if you look back to the people who didn't make it through that door and say, like, oh well, y'all just making excuses. That's a little irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to those systematic barriers, they are real. They are planned. They are intentional. They are targeted at certain people. So for a group of people to make to intentionally make a program and say like we're going to target this group of people and make sure they don't have access to something, and then to say that those people are making these excuses when they don't have access to it, that's kind of crazy. Go ahead.
I think that's just it's the reality of it. Like I can teach you how to get money, but you're going to tell me no, you can't, and then that's over. It's over right there.
Not
Willie can tell
necessarily.
you. Willie can tell you. I can teach you how to become a millionaire. You can be like bullshit. I'm sorry if I'm allowed to curse. You can be like BS, and then you just already just said what you can. You put your barrier right there.
Okay, so what I'm saying is somebody come to you with an opportunity to be a millionaire and you decide not to listen to them. That's a scenario that you just created. Yeah, that's somebody who just shot themselves in the foot. But at the end of the day, even when you say like people who don't like to talk about money, that's because of the household that they grew up in. You don't get to choose your programming. You're born into the household, you're born into the situation you're born into. If you force enough to come out, it's like this. Like imagine this, right? Imagine if everybody we in a race. And I ain't talking about just black people, minorities, it's poor white people, all that shit, right? It's people who born with disadvantages, period. So it's a race. And all the people who are in these, minority groups got their feet tied in the race. And it's another group of people that get to run freely. Boom. They say, go. We got to hop. Everybody else take off running. You figured out how to get your foot loose and take off running with everybody else. And you looking back saying like, damn, nigga, why you can't figure it out? You know what I'm saying? Like, so to say it's an excuse, it just don't make sense to call it an excuse. Like the barriers
It's
are
an
real.
excuse. Yeah, it's because I do believe that there are obstacles for certain people. I don't believe in the barrier. I looked it up. It said barriers are typically much more difficult to overcome than the obstacle. That's why I said obstacle. However, yes, there are obstacles there. However, I'm telling you, like, I don't know how many people on this panel have make well over good money, like more money than most people ever make in their lives, right? But I can ask everybody on this panel, if somebody came to you, a 16-year-old boy, and said, hey, I want to learn how to be like you one day. I don't care what you need me to do. I will work for free. It don't matter. I'm willing to put the time in and the work in. I don't know nobody on this panel that's going to say, get out of here, young boy. Yeah, come work for free. Come put the work in. I'll teach you how to be like me. It's that simple. People don't do that. People don't want to give nothing for free. They just want stuff. They don't want to give out nothing for free. Give out your time and your energy for free, and the universe is going to give it back to you.
How often do this scenario happen, bro?
How often can it happen? Everybody that's 16 need to be doing that right now.
How often do that scenario happen, bro? That you even know a millionaire at 16 years old, bro?
Find one everywhere.
Create a scenario.
I can tell them the same way that it's women out here telling you how to go find a millionaire. They got little classes. Go on the internet and learn how to find a millionaire. Go to your local golf club. Go to golf course or whatever. Go ahead. But
even if you went to the extent of being a shorty. I'm sure we all remember being shorties, but I remember seeing one of the big homies roll down the street in a brand new Benz, brand new caddy. I know he making some type of money, as long as I'm exposed to that and whatever it is that he may be doing, it's up to me to say, man, you know what? I'm gonna go and try and, politic with dude. I just want to be under you. I just want to see what you're doing. I just want to see how you did it, whatever the case may be. If young boys, because we would primarily say young boys would do it, but if young boys don't have the determination and drive to do that, then they're just going to be stuck by them barriers or the obstacles, because there's no drive for them to do something more, to do something better. We have all been exposed at some point in time, be it if you was here before the internet or after the internet or during the internet, you were still exposed to something. When we watch movies, them cribs in California, it's like, damn, they living like that out there. You exposed to it. Now that's on you if you go out and try to get the information to be able to attain it or not. So I think that when we throw in those type of excuses, we limit the potential of that person even paying attention to what it is that they're being exposed to, because at that point you're just making the decision to stay where you at.
Okay, so would you say that if somebody is growing up and they seeing, whether it be on TV, hip hop, music videos, whatever, that they see this wealth, that's a level of programming, right? Like they seeing this at a young age, it's getting ingrained in their mind. Okay, cool. What do you think is the more dominant programming? Because most people, and I don't know where y'all from. I just met everybody, right? I'm from the south side of Chicago. I'm from the hood, right? The programming around money, people hate money, right? When I say people hate money, what I mean by that is if somebody get rich, it's like, oh, you have to do something bad to become a millionaire. Oh, he rich as hell, he must be an Illuminati. He sacrificed his cousin. Like some dumb shit. Like people hate money. That's a programming though. That shit deeply ingrained in people's mind, right?
That's a choice.
No, it's not a choice because you didn't choose your programming. This is the household you was born into. This is how people not talking about money, people not talking about how much they make. That's grown folks' business. You didn't choose that. You didn't choose to be born into that family who don't understand money, don't got life insurance, none of that shit. Nobody to teach you nothing, right? Like that. So seeing some shit on TV, that's beautiful, that's wonderful. But the programming you getting from your parents and shit like that, and I'm somebody who overcame that, right? So I overcame it, and I'm still not calling it an excuse because I know how fucked up it is. I know how hard it was for me. And I know everybody don't got the same personality I got. They don't have the same whatever it is. So I just would never call it an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like I just wouldn't like.
And I think this is the problem here, right?
But Terry, how long do we allow that to be a reason? If you don't want to call it an excuse, how long do we allow that to be a reason? Because look, we all seen loss, right? We all seen death. We all probably experienced at one time being without, whether it's to the extreme, like maybe what you're talking about, or just not having enough money to have enough money to pay your bills, but you don't have no extra money to do anything extracurricular, maybe for your kids or for yourself. How long do we go with that? And the reason why I asked that, because I've seen situations where family members didn't have enough money, so now they out here selling chicken and fish dinners at the local church to try to raise money to bury their grandmothers or their uncles or their aunties or whatever the case may be. How long do we do that without saying, hey, maybe we might need to start investing to some a life insurance policy or something? It don't have to be much, just something just to bury our asses. You understand what I'm saying? Different things like that we can do. Now, I took some young bloods up under my wing before, but they already had to show me that they had a work ethic. You know what I'm saying? They had to show me that they are willing to work and put that work in. And sometimes you have to pay for that knowledge. Not everybody's going to give it to you for free. Are we willing to pay for that knowledge? Well, no, we're not. We're looking for somebody always to give us something. That's just unfortunate. That's just the way our people are sometimes. We always looking for a handout. We just seen Dr. Umar, donation. He looking for a handout. he ain't trying to go out there and work it. And my bad, Viz, I didn't mean to talk about your ace boom coon like that. But it is what it is. Well, you always looking for some handouts. You always looking for some handouts, somebody to bail him out, to pull him up. Unfortunately, that's a lot of our people like that. And when you sit there and say people don't like to talk about money, no, they don't like to talk about money, because the people who may have money in your circle, they don't want you to come up and, hey, man, can you hook me up? Can you get me square? Can you take care of this? No, they don't want to deal with that. But that's one of our problems. We don't talk about money. I didn't learn how to about money from my parents. Why? Because they live check to check. I learned it once I got to college. One of my teammates' his father, he's a home loan officer. He the one taught me about money, investing, and all of that. Another thing is we act like we too good to get the knowledge from white folks. Then, I ain't listening to white people. That's the one who's holding us down. All right, well, then you forever be stuck in the rut then. Man, look, I'll take the knowledge from wherever, whoever, however. If I have to pay for it, I have to pay for it. But we got to be willing on doing those things. And that's not what we're doing for the majority of us.
I want to push back on one part where my buddy said, you can't choose your programming. The problem with that is like, one, it removes a person's personal agency. The second thing is that like it gives them an excuse for like choosing to be systematically inactive. And then also it reinforces fatalism in marginalized communities. And then lastly, it misrepresents the programming itself. The programming that someone has isn't static. It's not fixed. It's something that they're subjected to. It's their default. Every one of us has the ability to change what our programming is. We can change what we subscribe to. We have the ability to affect those changes in ourselves. So to say that like you have no power to reprogram your thinking or learn new skills or shift your mindset, it's super disempowering for the actual, and then just factually untrue. Just because Hink's parents didn't teach him about money, he went and learned it on his own. Because if you can't choose your programming was true, the inference is that, I mean, the implied state is that, okay, well, your programming has to be fixed. Hink proved that it's not. Mont's proved that it's not. This proved that. So, like, to say you can't choose your programming, there's the problem with that, because you're saying that you're basically taking you're taking someone's personal choice and agency away from them, and then giving them excuse for how they end up instead of them choosing to be that way. If your parents were drug dealers and you grew up to be a drug dealer, you chose that. If your parents were bums and you grew up to be a bum, you chose that. If your parents were rich and you chose not to be, you chose that. Like, these are all choices, and you can't take away someone's personal agency by saying that you can't choose your programming. A child can't, for sure, but a adult
I think that's the part we missing of what I'm saying, bro. Like I said for myself, like I had bad programming, I overcame that. So I completely agree that you can change your program. What I'm saying is that if you have one group of people who have great programming and another group of people who just for some strange reason, I guess is an excuse, they just have bad programming, which group of people is more likely to have more successful individuals? The individuals from that group of people that have bad programming, yeah, you might be able to change that, but it's going to be far less likely that group is going to have a higher success rate than a group that had great programming. So what I'm saying is that everybody can't be rich, and to call the people that didn't make it through the door and to say that that's an excuse, people don't just. It's a reason why this group of people has fucked up programming. It's intentional. So we can't call that an excuse. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying the individual can't change his programming. I'm saying that if one group has fucked up programming, the other group has great programming, it's going to be way more successful people from that group. You can't say that these people are making excuses if they have bad programming.
That's a different argument.
That's a different argument. I agree with you when you said that, 100 wholeheartedly. But saying you can't pick your programming, which is what you led with, that's the part that I'm pushing back on.
Right. Well, I think the other part of this too that we're ignoring is the fact that, and I know you're using groups as in potentially races. I'm assuming. So even if we're looking at that perspective, there's white people that's broke as hell and poor. There's blacks, Asians, Mexicans, every single race. Just how the white millionaire has shared. It's just some people. This is just a way of nature. There's going to be some people that just strive and thrive more than others because they have that drive and determination. And you're always going to have people that's going to be mediocre or they're just going to get by because that's what they're content with. I think, again, that even with that, I agree. I understand, yes, black people have been oppressed and all that other stuff. But there's a ton of black millionaires out here. You know what I'm saying? There's a ton of black successful people, men and women out here. So if they're able to do it, then for you to think that you can't do it, that on its own, I think is the very reason why that person wouldn't be able to do it. And that's all a choice. So if we continue with the narrative of saying, yeah, we oppress, we this, we that, then that same rhetoric is going to keep being passed down to each generation to where we can never grow and strive. So I think that we do ourselves a disservice by, I would even say, acknowledging it in a sense, because now you're removing the hope from people to actually be willing to go out and do the work for it. Because ain't nobody gonna give it to you. Even if you white, they not gonna give it to you unless you're born into it.
I think when it comes to, because you said something about I was saying the mindset, the issue is kind of like right here. it is kind of like that indoctrination, that programming of us to think that we can't do things. Because let's say it's a bunch of kids, young people who think like you, Terry. They're like, no, we got obstacles. It's hard out here. They hear me. They're hearing you say this while they're hearing me say this. So then they're like, which one do I choose? Or they're like, you know what? I identify with Terry. I identify with the excuse. Instead of being like, all right, you right, real dope. Show them how to make money. They can make money. Y'all all can do it. I don't know. I just come from a mindset. Like, I feel like people said when you was younger, you can do anything you wanted to do. Now, like, to some degree, that's exaggerated. But I think that's the best way to operate. At least that's the best way to kind of like think from, even if it's not true. It's just a positive way to be. I think that when you think these things, your surroundings start to kind of like start to get stuff from the universe. And that might sound crazy, but if you just gotta give, and always have gratitude for where you are, no matter what you have. Like, you woke up, you can walk. I'm thankful. I have gratitude for everything that I have. Everything that I don't have, I have gratitude, because I'm probably learning something right now. I'm probably being taught a lesson. I think that should be a baseline. Have gratitude for everything you have and don't have, right? And just know that you're going to have the confidence to know that you're going to get what you want out of life. And I think that should just be your baseline.
Is it enough? I'm gonna ask y'all this: is it enough money out here for everybody to be rich? Yes or no?
Yes.
For everybody.
Maybe so, maybe no. But the reality is, we know that everybody's not. It's not even realistic.
You have to define what rich. You have to define what rich is to answer that question. So, what is rich to you?
Look, that we can all collectively define what rich is. I
want your example because you asked the question. So, I want to make sure that we answer the question you asked based on your definition of rich. So, just give me a number.
To say rich, I would say having an income of at least between $300,000 and $500,000 a year.
Yes,
I would go there.
In America, yes.
Yeah.
Shit, it's motherfuckers would arguably say making $100K is rich.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm saying it. So you feel like it's enough money?
It's perspective. It's perspective. You know what I'm saying? $300-400K to me, that's not, you're not rich at that.
Terry, is it enough? Can I curse on this, Sean? I never got the official answer.
Yeah, you good, man.
Is it enough pussy for everybody?
Sure.
It is. How many niggas get pussy though?
Not everybody.
Probably just a small amount, but it's enough pussy out here. But a lot of niggas ain't applying themselves, right? A lot of guys got excuses.
Nah, I hear that,
bro.
So what I'm saying is this though: we live in a capitalistic society, bro. It's not gonna ever be a situation where everybody's gonna be rich. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like, and there's reasons why.
That's nature.
I want to address that correlation you made, because that's a perfect correlation. If it's enough kitty for everybody out here, right? There always is enough, right? There's always been just about half and half between men and women, so everybody has a pretty good chance of doing what it do. However, that's never happened because women have all kind of leaned into the select men, right? It's always, society has always made it so select men have all the choices, and a good portion of men will not get it. The only reason why a decent amount of men were getting any type of kitty at all is because they instituted the whole marriage thing here and made it like you have to. Otherwise, it still would have been the same, where most guys ain't smashing nothing. And the same thing is kind of set up with the money. If we talk about what I said a little earlier, if we all get $300,000 to $400,000, then that's just going to reduce your buying power with that $300,000 or $400,000. We will never be rich. All of us will never be rich. It never happened. It never will. We will never all be comfortable. There's always going to be poverty. There's always going to be most of us who are just getting by, and then you're going to have the elites. It's never been any different historically ever. There's never been a time where it's deviated from that. This is just how it goes. Now, do you have somewhat of a choice? Can you be more determined? Can you really strive and try to get something? Yes. But the chances are most of us won't. And if we start trying harder, then it just messes up the curve some more. So you'll have to try even harder. And some people just don't really give a damn about that. It might not be as important to them. There's a lot of people who are not happy. with wealth, maybe they're more happy with family. Just like a lot of us could say, oh, well, damn, what's your target weight? Most of us probably not are at that because it doesn't care to us. But to a health dude, they'd be like, what the fuck you fat for? So it all depends on what's important to you. Not everybody's going to have that same mindset. Wealth is not the shit to everybody. So a lot of us it is, but I would say not enough people care.
Trev, you said that rich looks different to people. That was the reason why I had Terry explain what he meant by rich, so that way we can answer the question correctly. The problem that I have with what you just said is this: you're saying that that everybody won't be rich. Do you feel like there's like a trademark or like patent on success?
No, it looks different to everybody.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. So just that it's not about how it looks. So do you think that I use Terry because it's who I was talking to at first. So you know what I do, and you think that if I showed Terry exactly what I do, and he did the exact same things, do you think that he would get a different result than I got?
It'll probably be a very similar result to what you got if you show them the same way.
Right. So that's proven that there is no patent or copyright on success. If I took Terry and gave him my systems, taught him what it is I do, and then put him in the same position I put myself in, he's going to have the exact same results because he's doing the exact same thing. That's the problem with the argument. There is no patent on success. If everybody did the same thing, they will get the same results. People aren't doing the same thing. That's why they're getting different results. Large groups of people aren't doing the shit to make money. So they're not making money. A small group of people are, and they're making money in a multitude of different ways. But now say, there's millionaires in tech, millionaires in real estate, millionaires in government contracts, millionaires in consumer services, millionaires in beauty, right? So there's several ways you can make money. But if all of those people did the exact same thing in the exact same industry, the exact same way, they're going to get the exact same result as long as there's demand for whatever product or good they're selling. So economically speaking, to what Terry said, there is enough for everybody to come out here and make it. They just have to do the same things, and they have to do the things it takes to do it.
But even outside
Let me just respond to that. I'm gonna let y'all rock. I just want to respond real quick. To what he said. So what I'm saying is this, right? So let's just say that you and 20,000 people taught 4 million people to do what it is that you do. Now, it is that you do is worth less. What you didn't incorporate with scale. And
I did. I said supply and demand. I said as long as there's demand.
Scale. Supply. Okay. Well, with supply and demand. If there's a shortage of about 2 million people who do what you do, right? Roughly. Let's just say that's filled. And then now we have a surplus. Everybody's wage goes down. If we have 6 million people who do what you do, now everybody makes less. And that's why I say the results may vary. That's just fact, supply and demand. So the more people who can do it, your value goes away. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I said there's not enough room for everybody. Well, I do think that
the only limiting factor then would be the supply and then the demand. So that's why I asked Terry to define it, because I wanted to know what it was, because there's significantly higher ceiling for the supply and demand of whatever people can do to make $300,000, $400,000 a year, as compared to make $3 or $4 million a year. That's why I asked. So the limiting factor isn't the fact there's if everyone's doing it, it's just the fact that supply and demand is universal amongst all things. That's the only issue. So supply and demand aside, if we take that out of the argument, if everybody does the same thing, they get the same results.
But you can't subtract. That was my whole point, was scale. My whole point was that if enough people do it, that it's not as valuable.
Yeah, like if enough people got the best dope, if everybody got the same dope, I'm saying the price is gonna fall. Cool, right?
Right,
I understand that. But that's not what we're talking about. And what he asked was, we asked him specifically, what does it take to be rich? He said $300,000 to $400,000. We're not talking about the supply and demand and all the other limiting features that are in there. We're just saying that if everyone did the same thing, could they get the same result? The answer is yes. It's not about the worth. It's not about the value on the back end. It's just a simple question, which was, if everyone does the same thing, will they get the same results? That was all.
All right, y'all, let me go ahead and get True in there real quick. Go ahead, True. Are you good?
What's going on, fellas? No, just going on. I joined the panel. I'm being educated. I love this talk. So shout out to you, JR. I guess my 2 cents on it would be that What Terry said, I do agree with to a degree, but it's sad that we still are holding on to this narrative that everybody can be rich. It depends on where you come from and all these variables. A lot of that is nonsense. I think most people are scared of success, to be honest. And then when you talk about our demographics specifically, we don't want to accept that rich doesn't necessarily need to be sexy. It does not need to be fly. Our community has a huge problem with what wealth really looks like because they don't really understand how, one, it's built, and two, typically what it may be presented as. We want to be showy and all the other variables. So I think a lot of times that's why, to Terry, I think he said, if you don't see it, you can't replicate it, or I may be botching that, but something along them lines. I don't agree with that. I think that we need to be more inquisitive. You walk into buildings all the time that got names on it from corporations. We should be figuring out why, how. Is Bank of America own the building, or are they renting the building? And I don't think enough of us as a community are really curious about the mechanics of how things work. And most of the time, if you ask a lot of questions, you figure out how things are actually put together. How is it that 6 months ago, Chipotle wasn't here, but now all of a sudden they are? And then you start to find out some other things on how this capitalistic society works, systems, and so on and so forth. Money, success, in my honest opinion, is not that difficult. But what is difficult is that we want to break the rules of the system as a community. We want to do it different and make it look like we want it to look, when in actuality, you just need to follow the patterns that have been set before you. And I digress.
All right. Anybody else? I did want to change it up a little bit. They also talk about the American dream is dead. I'll just play a little bit of it and then we'll go ahead and get into it.
Sorry. Like, it's just the truth.
It's coming up right now.
The American dream is dead. If you look at the numbers, America is still the #1 country for accepting immigrants in the world. More people are trying to come here than anywhere else in the world. And, perhaps to them, that's because the American dream, is still alive.
Are we not currently trying to dismantle that dream? I mean, the very thing that we're watching on
no,
TV
definitely not. That's totally different.
It's not.
That's completely different.
Yeah. Well, the immigration. I mean, it just seems like immigration.
But you would all agree there are two different types of immigration, right? There's illegal immigration. There's the people who are breaking the law and crossing the border. Like, I grew up in a country where if you cross the border illegally, you're pretty much immediately shot. Right. So you try to actually live in a country where if you leave the country, you're going to be immediately shot. So like that kind of thing did not exist. And so I know, again, me and many of my friends, we all kind of like went through quite a significant amount of effort to come here legally, apply for visas, wait for not the asylum. Some people came for the asylum as they were persecuted recently in Russia. But there's legal immigration, sort of like that's what sort of I completely support. And of course, any country actually would benefit from it. And America significantly benefits from it. Japan, for example, significantly doesn't benefit from it, if that's the right expression. They barely allow any immigration whatsoever. And as a result, the country is declining. But here, illegal immigration is plentiful, but illegal is, I totally do not support that.
It's interesting seeing the perspective from people who come into the United States, what their perception of American dream is, and people who are already here or generational who are here, and what our version of the American dream is.
Well, I mean, there's a definition of its upward mobility, right? It's sort of like you, over time, maybe compared to your parents, maybe compared to yourself as you start to live in this country, there's an opportunity here for upward mobility, right? And if you, through hard work and perseverance, that's kind of like in general, there's many other aspects like luck, and sometimes it's whom you know and some other things, but it's primarily hard work and perseverance. You can live better.
And the other thing about America is like we haven't, when you look at like the science and technology scores, we haven't been in the top 10 in a long time. But you know what America always is #1 at? Confidence. And I've been an entrepreneur since I was 27. And like, that's really what it takes. You just have to be confident. You just have to go out and take risk. And Americans are still the best at that. Like, there's no one in the world I'll put up against the risk taking, the confidence to go do stuff and create stuff than Americans. Like, we're not the most educated. like there's lots of problems, but time and time again, Americans just, they play to win. And I don't know. I mean, like there was the declines and it's easy to be negative, and like, especially right now, I can feel it and I understand, but it's like, I don't know. There's something about it where the people believe here. They still believe. And like their belief is being challenged, there's no question, but people still believe, and there are opportunities without question. There's just more, I just think it's just more people. There's more competition than, there's just a lot more people than there were 30 years ago.
But I also feel that
Stop at that so we can chime in. The American dream is dead. What are you guys' thoughts?
Well, at first, I was looking at the American dream as like when people say, go to high school, go to college, get a degree, work 40 years, and then, retire. I was thinking that was the American dream, but listen to what they're talking about. Like it's more so about like the equality of opportunity, the freedom of like individual rights, upward mobility, home ownership, meritocracy, stuff like that. And I don't think that's dead at all. I think that, I'm saying, that with effort and freedom, anybody can get anywhere they want to be in America. It's just like he said, there's more competition now. I think that the Americans, not immigrants, but the people who actually live here, I think that sometimes, they get passed up because there's a lot more programs for immigrants to help them, to get them a leg up. Like, some countries have programs for us. We move there, they'll pay us money. They'll give us business loans for, like, for example, you move to Dubai right now. They're willing to guarantee you $1 million loan if you go over to open up a business with a business visa. Like, but people don't know shit like that. But we have the same programs for people coming over here. And what I'm seeing is that it's a lot of programs put together by their people. It'll be a program for like Jewish immigrants. It'll be a program for African immigrants, and it's put together by other Africans that are here locally. So that competition being globally fueled now is just going to make it harder for those of us here. So we have to work that much harder. We have to be that much, like you said, confident in our work, and then we also have to be that much more much less risk adverse, because nobody is getting rich without taking risks. Regardless if you're in the streets, if you end up saying a boardroom, it's always a risk that's going to get taken before you get to a bag. So
I also think that the American dream it changed, at least in my demographic. The American dream is not what it used to be. The American dream used to be get you a little house, go sign you a 30-year mortgage for a house, and you can afford pretty much your groceries, and you can afford your little middle class car, and you pretty much, that's what you want out of life. You got your 2 kids, and then you can pretty much afford to send them to daycare, and you can just basically afford a normal lifestyle. That's what I thought it was. But right now, I think everybody has kind of like jumped over that, and everybody want to be millionaires. And it's because of what you see. And I know, I used to watch MTV Cribs and all that. Like when stuff like that started coming on TV, that's what made me want to kind of have money, because I saw nice things. And I think it's kind of like that right now with social media and streaming and all that type of stuff. Like the girls are seeing the girls that own the Lash Studios driving the Benzes that they really is probably upside down on, and probably about to get repoed on. But people are seeing these things, and they wanting these things. So I think that the dream has definitely changed what people actually want now.
So I think Willie and Real Dope made great points in the beginning of their monologues, and saying that there are different versions of the American dream. And I think that sometimes your perception of it may change based on your circumstances or your exposure, but there's also the aspect of culturally, right? Each household is going to have a different idea of what they instill into you to be the American dream and what that looks like, and even how to get there. So I don't think the dream is dead. I think that there are opportunities to absolutely still be middle class. There are opportunities to become wealthy if you want to. There are immigration opportunities. Whatever your American dream looks like, they're still all available. Some may be more difficult, but none of it is dead, at least at this point.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I miss.
I think a part of it is making sacrifices, right? I mean, as a parent, you always want your kids to be better off than them, and so you always trying to set them up for success. So a lot of people, I don't think, has ever been out the country, man. They can't sit there and say they've been out of the country and seen the lifestyle that other people are living, and you still think the American dream is dead. You need to get out of your own city, get out of your own state. But like I said, most get out of the country and go visit other places and see about their lifestyle. Even for the motherfuckers who just go to Jamaica, there's certain part of Jamaica you don't want to go to. That's why they tell most of you people stay on the goddamn resorts. For whatever reason, stay on the resorts. And when you go to these excursions and you see what's going on outside of resorts and how they are living and how they are moving, that alone lets you know, hey man, yeah, I know we got some bad areas in my certain city or my certain state or in this part of the country, but we not living this bad. Motherfuckers still without indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
They still don't have electricity coming to their house, lighting the motherfucker's house and keeping light on with candles like your great-great-grandmother used to do. They're still doing it in 2025.
So I got a question
to make a statement of the American dream. No, it is. And like he said, a lot of people are coming over here legally and illegally and doing what they got to do to get here. They will crawl through some goddamn glass in order to become citizens if they have to. So yeah, it's not perfect. Far from it. Far from it. And we got a lot of things we need to work on as a society. We understand that. But to sit there and say it's not still alive, I can't agree with that.
Does this a question for the panel? How much money do you have to make a year to be in the top 1% of earners globally?
Globally? But you gotta have a couple $100 billion.
I'm saying like 70,000.
1%.
Nah, it's gonna be more
globally?
than that. The 1% is probably what, about 300,000 range or something like that. Is that about
No,
right?
it's
or better?
It's $70,000 because you have to think
okay.
globally.
I'm thinking nationally. My bad. You saying globally?
I said
yeah.
globally for a reason.
Yeah.
So if you look at just Americans, right, our median income is around $40-something thousand. We'll just give it that, right? We're doing better than 80% of the world at $40,000. The problem is that those people who in America making $40,000 live in America. They don't live in sub-Saharan Africa. They don't live in the Philippines. They don't live in Thailand. They don't live in any of these other underdeveloped countries where that $40,000 will have them living like kings. That's the biggest issue when it comes to talking about money and understanding like where we fall globally, because most people never think about that. Like I would bet that no one had asked y'all that question before ever in life. So, and then Trev, you just came back. So you see how it is over there, how much cheaper things are now. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we like 56 to 1. It was 58 to 1 when I went down there. So yeah, you can do a lot more with your bread. As far as housing is concerned, there's certain instances where you could pay like 10 to 20% for land.
Yeah. I think he made a great point. My first time going out the country was to Cancun, and I'll never forget. We're pulling up to this $300-400 million resort, and literally right next door to it, there's shacks where people are living in that they're walking over to go to work. You know what I'm saying? To make ends meet. So I think when it's crazy that most people don't have that opportunity to go out the country to see how people are actually living. I had went to Curacao. It's an island in the Central America, and it's just flat land. You just driving. There's nothing but just dirt outside, and I noticed that there's no litter on the ground. There's no just like random bottles and pop cans and chip bags and shit like that. And I'm like, damn, these people have damn near nothing. They're poor, but they won't leave trash on the ground. I fly back to Chicago, downtown Chicago, and the first thing I see is some niggas pull up in the car, take a whole bag of Harold's chicken, reach it out the window, and just throw the shit out the window. Oh my God. So it's we gotta appreciate where we at. Marcus, know this. I know you probably gonna say so, but you know what I'm saying. I don't know why we don't appreciate what it is that we have, even in the communities that we're in. Just to be honest, we damn near destroyed that to where look how it looked. You know, so
yeah, it's the environment. It's the environment. To answer the question, yeah, I don't think that the American dream died. I think it has elevated. I think people are now more aware of the, maybe to a degree, the opportunity, because for so long, like you guys are all saying, most of us are subject to living in the conditions that we can see. And then TV even would only hyper focus on the American perspective. Whereas if you travel abroad or you're fortunate enough to do so, you will see other depictions of human life, because humans across the globe, you know, I don't believe are better than any other class of human, right? But you do need exposure. You know, when you guys were talking, there was this girl before the lady I'm dating now. There's a Colombian girl I was dating a few years ago. And one thing about her that was impactful, and this just happened 2021 or so, she was a gorgeous woman. But I remember when she was here, she was grinding, bro. She worked like 13, 14 hours a day. And like at the end of the day, she hit me, was like, oh, you know, Papi, I made $150 today. And I'm like, $150? Like, okay. But it's how excited she was for the 150. So I inquired, like, okay, well, okay, that's good job, but like, why are you so excited? Like $150 gets you nothing. Like, here, we know that. And I was like, how long does it take to make this in Colombia? She said 30 days. And I was blown away. I'm like, right now? She's like, yeah. She's like, most people don't make more than $200 in a month. And that just, that blew my mind. And I'm a hard worker, but I ain't gonna lie. She made me feel like I had to go out at that time and go do something and grind. Blew my mind, just that. So it's true. We are privileged. I say it all the time. We are privileged. Our power grid is stable. There's never a time you go to the store and the shelves are empty. If you are in America in any way, shape, or form here, citizen, you're blessed. And I digress.
If you look at Americans' poorest class, the fact that the poorest people in America are fat tells you how good it is over here. Name another country where that happened. You can't.
I just got back from Colombia and it was the same thing. A lot of poverty, things like that. I would say the American dream definitely not dead, man. Even just when I look at people, and I wouldn't necessarily say like the most successful people in the world, but just looking at people who I know so many women who like she last check this month, now she a real estate agent. Now next month she doing something else, and it's just, even though she not winning at it, just having the ability to switch and just do something different when you want to. Oh, this is not working. Now I'm gonna pop up and change my social media. And now I'm doing nails. Just having that ability, you know what I'm saying, and just coming back from a place like Colombia, just having the versatility we have is definitely not dead.
I just want to know why both of you niggas just came back from Colombia.
I was chilling, man.
All right.
Motherfuckers getting them goddamn cigars.
Hey, no, Colombia
That's
is
Cuba,
the
bro.
rule, though.
That's Cuba. You want the cigars from?
Cuba.
Colombian, they going over there to get women.
Yeah, Colombia's
ain't nothing wrong with a little import export. I mean, I understand, but goddamn, it's two niggas on the panel just came back from Colombia. I feel like it's something up.
I think it's something up too.
Hey, no snitching, y'all. No snitching, y'all.
You went to a community and just seen perfection, and then you come to Chicago and niggas just out there throwing chicken bones out the car with while Why is it every time I hear you discuss Chicago, you got the same experience over and over and over again? It's something to you, Joe. I need to figure out why you.
M White, you ain't throw that shit out the window. That wasn't you, was it?
Crazy.
Right.
I need a lineage check and a resume check and a location check on your ass, because I need to make sure all this shit you saying true. Because this shit coming off weird. I ain't gonna lie to you, Joe.
Oh,
You got
you got to get verified, bro.
Bro, I stayed.
For real. That's why I just don't. Maybe it's that suburb. You know what it is? Your ass from the south suburbs, ain't you?
Bro,
Yeah,
I was, bro.
Now I get it. One of the niggas from
No,
the city.
I am.
Now, okay. Leave us
No,
alone. Talk Roseland or motherfucking wherever. Not Roseland. Talk about which suburb you from?
I'm from the Heights.
Okay, talk about Chicago Heights. Don't talk about us. Talk about what's going on in Chicago.
Niggas doing the same shit in the Heights.
So we use them as your reference then.
I'm saying Chicago. I'm saying Chicago because I was paying $2,000 plus to stay in the South Loop, and I gotta come outside and see niggas pull up to the light and drop a whole bag of food out their window, bro, in the cup. Drop the bag, wait a second, and then throw the cup out. It's like, damn.
Probably because that shit is nasty.
That probably did happen, but your experience.
No, ain't no probably. It did happen.
I'm saying,
he said it probably did happen. God,
I'm not no liar. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That probably did happen, but what I'm saying is the experience of every day in the city. This the only thing that you can remember. Every time you remember some shit.
That's not my point.
And it's just it's because if you out in the south, if you in the South Loop, you probably see close to, if you go outside, 200 to 400 people a day. Is that a fair estimate? Just random people walking by. So so 400 people is throwing random chicken out the window and shit, or you hyper fixated on some fucked up shit you saw and decided to paint that shit with a broad brush across Chicago. And my question is why? Why?
You go
resonated with, bro.
Marcus, all the hoods is the same. It ain't no different. He could have used Chicago. He could have used Philly. He should have used Compton.
You're going too hard with that, bro. The fact of the matter is,
I don't even know what y'all talking about. I just came into this nigga. This is Chicago. I'm like,
hey, I love Chicago, nigga. That's where I'm from. That's the crib. You know what I'm saying?
You niggas give it a break ever. God damn.
I can't give it a break, bro, because the fact of the matter is I can go to the essays. I can go over.
I forgot to cue in other people better than Black Americans. Go ahead.
Bro. All I'm saying is that we don't respect. All I'm saying is that we don't respect our own communities.
I respect it to buy in and to stay in it. Do you respect the community?
I'm not buying and staying next door to no niggas that's throwing food out the window, bro.
Don't say we, say I. We and I. I respect it. I love it. I stay in it. I make it better. I am I. You are I.
That's
you
cool.
Say
I'm talking about as a collective. If I can go to any black community,
I don't know what you're talking about.
If I can go to any black community across this country and see that it's niggas that'll eat a bag of chips and do this, then that's a problem, bro. That's a problem. There's a video. There's this one guy on YouTube where he's going around in Florida. I forgot buddy name. He make them motherfuckers eat like the hot chips and shit. He came out to Chicago, the O Block. Had motherfuckers eating the hot chips. He give them the hot chips. Guess what they all do? They just throw it on the ground right in front of them. Bro, the garbage can right there. Bro, you can't grab, you can't hold on to the wrapper. You gave the man the wrapper, but you won't hold on to the wrapper. Like, come on, man. We can't even respect our own communities, and this is across the country. So that's all I'm saying. If you got something in your car and you want to throw it out, bro, pull up to the fucking gas station and put it in the garbage can. You standing right next to niggas was staying right next to the garbage can and still throw it on the floor.
So what I'm to take from you saying this is black people don't respect their own community and they intentionally just nasty than a motherfucker. What else? So I make sure I hear all your talking points so I can rebut them. You say black people. Is it specific demographic or is it all of us? It's all of us or a specific demographic?
Yeah. Hey, my boy Marcus is mad, man. Look, Marcus just got finished watching the Chicago Skies lose to the Washington Mystics, and Angel Reese getting her ass handed to her, and now he taking it out on you.
Hey, but I got this clip that dope. Just saying, we'll go ahead and play it so we can react to it real quick.
Black man exposes a black mother who's working for the post office for delivering mail while she had her kids in the mail truck. Okay. He literally walks up to this mail truck, opens it up, and there are 3 children inside, one of an older age and 2 very young children. Then you then see the mother running back to the truck, telling him to get away because she has her children in there. She then curses him out, and he is recording this and posted it on TikTok.
Get your ass out. I don't give a fuck, bitch.
Hit me.
Hit me. Hey. I'm waiting on my nigga to come get my kid. Hey, fuck around with you. Hey, what the fuck is y'all doing? What the fuck is y'all doing?
I got it all on video.
I don't care. My man coming to get my kid.
Let me go to the address for you.
Now, yeah, we understand there are safety concerns and all of these things, right? We understand you should not be working or leaving your children in a mail truck while you're going to deliver mail. We get all that. My issue with it is, why is it that mothers don't have a village where they can depend on an elder in the family or somebody who they can trust to watch their children while they are out doing constructive things? I'm not saying where's the village when she want to go to the club and shake her ass. That would be great because that's a form of self-care. But I'm just saying, why is it that mothers can't find a grandmother, a mom, an auntie, a cousin, a friend, right? A spouse to watch their children while they go to work or while they go to school or while they're doing things that is going to move their life forward for them and their children? I am seeing an uptick in people leaving their children at home. I'm seeing an uptick in people, working with their children, leaving them places. I think that they are overwhelmed. Mothers are overwhelmed, and it's so crazy because it's always like, well, the mothers need to do better. What about the fathers that are absent? What about the fact that it takes a village to raise a kid? Where did that go? Does it no longer take a village? Because that's been a saying that's been old as time, but all of a sudden now I'm just not seeing the village being present for these mothers.
Well, I know according to Real Dope, and my man Will said, a father's not important in a young kid's age. And we just talked about this last week. So Real Dope can understand why this situation is kind of funny. I'm surprised that you brought this video up, being that you had that stance last Tuesday. You and Will. I'm just taken back. But let me say this. The part about the village raising child, I agree. So, ma'am, why didn't you have that your ninja come get him before you went to work? Or why couldn't they at least stay at home until he got there? Whatever the case may be. Because that other little girl looked like she about 13 or 14 years old that was ready to run up on the dude with the camera. I don't understand that one. But yeah, I don't have no problem to do with the camera reporting that because it needs to be reported. Why are you bringing your kids to work, man? And if you couldn't find childcare, maybe you took a personal day off, a sick day, a vacation day to stay on them kids and do what you need to do. But to, like you said, take them to work and put them in that situation, leaving them in that truck, anything can happen, man. Anything. And if for some reason them kids start tearing up mail and opening letters and packages, yeah, man, you in a serious situation because now those are federal charges that's going to fall on you, man. So everything about that situation bad. She need to get her shit together. I don't know where her baby daddy, if that's the man she's talking about was her baby daddy needed to come, that was gonna come get him. But it's all bad, man. Yeah, that's all bad. She thought that was okay. That's crazy work.
I want to
Yeah,
say something.
damn a village. Where does them kids' fathers at? That's who needs to be in charge of them. It's not the grandmother. It's not the aunt's responsibility. It's not the village. It's responsibility to be there for their kids. Like I don't. The fact that that's the default for us is almost it's damn near saddening. Like why is that the default? Why the first thing everybody in the comments said was it's a village or the country race was the village. Where them niggas daddy at? Like that's that he should be the default. Like your grandma and your auntie not supposed to watch your kids so you can go to work. You're supposed to have that shit figured out. Like, and as someone who's understanding of the post office plight, my mother worked for the post office. It's not easy to get off when when you're a mail carrier. It's damn near impossible. And then two, if you don't come to work, you know what I'm saying, it goes bad for you quickly. Even with the union and everything, it still goes bad. So I can understand why she took her kids to work. But another question I have is that was a grown ass woman that got out that car behind her. The other one. So how come she couldn't watch them kids at home? Because she looks of babysitting age. It's compared to what she got out and jumped in that man's face. So those are the questions that I would ask. But this whole village and aunts and moms and shit, my mama didn't have my kids. My aunt didn't have them kids. Why should they be responsible for? Why should they be like the default go-to other person when I need childcare? That's not fair to them.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. It makes me extremely angry when people take this position of like, well, what about everybody else? Why nobody helping them? What are aunts and what if like that makes me so upset because for one, you're absolving this person of all their responsibility. Y'all can't see that this girl has very poor character. The first thing she did when she saw that she's been outed was start trying to fight the guy. Miss, you should be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I was just doing it for this. They about to get picked up. Please don't post the video. Please don't tell the police. But you want to fight me? Like, you have poor character. How many bridges do you think that girl done burned in her family? Realistically. Yeah. I think like how many bridges do you think these girls are burning? They're not nice people. Like they're confrontational. Like the second you don't go to their birthday party, nobody better not ever ask me for nothing. The second you can't watch their baby when they want you to watch them, nobody better not ever ask me for nothing. I swear to God, I gotta do everything by myself. They're not good people. Like,
hey, I gotta give some pushback. I agree with what y'all saying, but I think whoever it was that recorded it and posted it, that's some weak ass shit to me. If it's showing that this woman had to take her kids to work with her, that means that she's not in a position to be able to do it. So now by you posting this video, she's now potentially going to lose her job to be in an even worse scenario. You know what I'm saying? My mama and my daddy used to take me and my brother and sister to work with them. You know what I'm saying? And we wasn't supposed to be there, but she ain't had no choice. So I think that it's unfortunate that we live in an era where men, niggas, is more, and they look more towards clout than actually being concerned with with the situation that this young woman is in. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he instead, once he found out that damn, oh, okay, this your kids, oh damn, my bad. Hey, look, I know such and such that do this, that got a daycare. Maybe I can plug you with it or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think whoever posted this, UPS do better in the nigga in Chicago. I think he a clown for, you know what I'm saying, for even doing that. You know, he did that for clout and for likes. So
I think it was a baby daddy.
Boy, you funny. Boy, you funny.
I think that was somebody that she fucked with and she done got into it with, and she told them, nigga, that's why I got a job and your ass broke throwing chicken bags out the window and drinking shit. And this nigga said, yeah, bitch, okay, and put a camera on her and tried to record her and tagged CPS and UPS.
That'll get you custody real quick.
Doing bullshit like that when they get mad. Now, I agree with Vin Chicago hating ass though. When he say like men shouldn't be doing that catty ass shit, he right. We shouldn't be running because I can't hear Like I agree with Chicago hating ass when it comes to that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But
They
y'all
gonna
think
Chicago.
she had the responsibility.
Yeah, it's been rescinded. You ain't fucking.
Hey,
It's been invalidated. The slip is no longer approved.
Hit me.
Y'all don't think
Hey,
y'all don't think she got a responsibility to handle that situation better? Or
Yeah,
everybody
she
else
does.
around her gotta be the one, the bigger person.
I got it all on video.
No, I agree. She absolutely could handle it better, but again, we
Now,
don't know.
yeah,
her
we understand there are
situation.
safety concerns.
We
And
don't know.
he was
We don't know her
baiting her. He was
situation, and just for her to, instinctively, right? Instinctively, some people are going to go through fight or flight. Clearly, she went into fight mode. You know what I'm saying? To where it's like I have to defend myself and defend my kids. That's almost instinctive for most people, right? So I don't think that we can necessarily fault her for that. Could she have handled it better? Absolutely. But again, if you walk up, we watched the video with what's folks name? What's Crip name? That got unalived in LA. Nipsey. We watched the video of Nipsey coming out of the studio, the store, whatever, and there's some people in the back. They got their phones all in his face. He reacted how he reacted. You know what I'm saying? So we can't fault somebody for reacting a certain type of way if that's just what they do because of the environment that they in.
No, Viz,
I
you
think
you know that I don't think anybody on this panel. I think even if you saw that, you would have went up like, "Hey, bro, what you doing? What you doing? That's my kids." You wouldn't have called me a bitch ass nigga.
Well,
Like you wouldn't.
Being, bro.
They probably dating and fighting. Who you know gonna run up to in Chicago? We mind our own business for the most part. Who you know run up to a mail truck, open it up, and start recording in there? They know
a nigga looking for clout.
And I don't think that she even had the door open. She likely didn't have her kids like just exposed like that, knowing somebody could look in there. So she likely had the door closed. You saw the video cut in kind of weird. So he probably opened the door, exposed the children. So I can see why she would
He had to have a
react
tip.
kind of wicked. Because what you doing? Like, okay, first off, you fucking with federal material, and you exposing my children. What is it that you trying to do? So I can see why her doing that. Her actually being in that situation in the first place makes her a dumbass, right? She's all kinds of fucked up just for being in that situation, for even doing that. It is what it is. If you have to miss a day and face the consequences, cool. But you don't put your children in those type of positions no matter what. And I think that a lot of women just have to understand this is one of those situations where you need a man for, because any dude with a head on his shoulders is not going to allow his woman to be out there like that. He's going to figure out some shit to do in order to make that not happen.
Go ahead, Terry.
I think it's a fucked up situation across the board. It's another situation where we speculating though. At the end of the day, like we saying where the daddy at. She said a nigga on the way. I don't know if it's her daddy.
Said her nigga. She said her nigga.
I mean, she said a nigga. It could be the kid's father. It could be another nigga. We don't know. She got somebody on the way to get the kids. I know nobody choosing that. Nobody waking up today like, yeah, hey, y'all, let's take a ride in the mail truck. Like she was in whatever situation where she felt like that's what she had to do. My son in the gifted program right now. That shit ended. That shit cut early. It ain't like the full summer. I've been taking I'm fortunate enough to be in a situation where I could take my son with me while I do what I do. So it's cool. And shit, if I had the choice, I send him with his mom. But guess what? She at work. So we don't know what people's situations is. You know what I'm saying? As far as her being combative about it, somebody run up recording my kid, I'm on bullshit. If I'm in a grocery store and a stranger runs up and start recording my child, I'm on bullshit. If I'm walking up to my car could be empty, and I see a nigga recording in my car, I'm on bullshit. Like, I don't even understand how her reaction is even an issue. Like, who wouldn't be on bullshit if somebody run up recording their kids, recording in their car, any of that shit? You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the reaction was a problem. I mean, that shit is irresponsible to have your kids in the back of a fucking mail truck. You driving around, it's moving, they could be sliding all around them. That shit looked OD dangerous.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like it ain't like she woke up like, hey, this is what we on today. She needs to fix whatever situation she in to not be having her kids in that situation. But like bro said, like Viz said, like now she probably don't even have a fucking job. So you know what I'm saying? The nigga who recorded that and posted that is OD though.
Poetic Justice got her fucked up. I mean, I blame poetic justice because they made it cool to ride around the back
but
of the
Terry,
motorcycle.
there's consequence to your action. That's your if she's so happy not have a job tomorrow because of that, that's her consequence of her actions. She made a decision to take them kids to work with her. She did that. Nobody made her do it. She decided. She thought it was okay to do that, so she got caught up. So now she got to suffer whatever consequence. Hopefully she learns her lesson when she starts working for FedEx till next year. I don't know. But she may be without a job. Well, there's a consequence of my action. I should have took my goddamn kids. I should have found my baby daddy or whatever her ninja she was calling him. Should have found him a little sooner. He shouldn't stay at a club all night where he couldn't stay up long enough to watch the kids until I got off. Whatever it takes, man. But you got to suffer the consequences.
Why are we creating these fucked up scenarios though? Like not a nigga at the club. What the fuck are we talking about right now, bro? Like what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
Excuse me, fellas. Excuse me, fellas. I hope y'all been having a great night. It's been a pleasure listening to y'all tonight. I would like to interject if I may.
Man, don't come here with this phone sex operator shit, bro.
Thank you. Look, he's leaning forward.
Hold on, gentlemen.
Hey.
Listen, gentlemen, please hold on, gentlemen.
He got the whiskers washed and shit.
Sir, was I summoned? Was I summoned, sir? Listen, there's a reason why that heifer got her kids at work. Unruly ass women don't know how to submit to men.
God damn.
Her ass should be at home raising her kids. The mere fact that she has a job lends to the fact that she's more than likely unruly. With a masculine mentality, that hoe would have ran up on me. She would have got dropped. I listen, my brother Terry, nice to meet you, sir. My name is Will. Look, I understand you might be on some bullshit that people was recording your kids. You a man. She ain't no man. She running up on a man. Now, it's safe to say that he shouldn't have dropped her because he was walking up to her truck and he sees she's in uniform, so she knows she's coming up and whatever. But when people just run up on you like that, if a man ran up on you like that, you go straight into defense mode. Same thing for these women now. Y'all gotta stop acting like these hoes can't get dropped.
She got ran up on. She ran up
on him.
Yeah,
No,
Will.
Reporting a crime.
With her kids.
Yeah, no, Will. She went into mama mode. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't give a damn if she going to mama mode. You don't run up on a man because you in mama mode. What the hell is wrong with you? That's what
I'm saying that's fair. But the thing is that when a person is willing to do that, they understand what comes with it.
No, they
you know
don't.
what I'm saying?
No, I guarantee you, them women are not running up to get dropped. I guarantee you, they're not.
If
they're not expecting the man to drop them,
even if she wasn't a heifer or whatever, right? This is a and I'll do the air quotes, of course, just because
y'all better start giving me my goddamn credit every time they use that
told you
goddamn
to
word.
trademark that shit, bro. I told you to trademark that shit.
Y'all.
But look, so even if this was a good, wholesome, church-going woman, and she sees somebody doing the same exact thing, and she's a person that goes into fight mode, she gonna do the same thing, bro. It don't matter if it's a man, a woman, or a dog.
We need to normalize women not doing that. She could have did exactly what Real Dope said and been like a damsel in distress, so to speak. Oh no, please, sir, no. But this whole run up to him, running off at the mouth like you about to do something. You ain't about to do nothing.
Now, she might have knocked his ass out. She in Chicago. She might have knocked his ass out.
Nah. Man, you see how frail she was?
I seen it.
She wasn't about to do nothing. And hold on, I would like to give a shout out to my man True Table. I don't know why, but every time this brother open his mouth, that brother be dropping jewels. Hey, True. Hey, bro. Real talk, man. Hey, I rocks with you, bro. You be spitting some knowledge. I mean, obviously, some of the rest of you brothers be spitting knowledge too. And then some of you brothers, I don't know what the hell y'all be talking about. Like they just filling up empty space.
Bro, you funny as shit.
But no, y'all. Hey, I don't know. You know, when y'all have topics about the disorderly women, you know, that's my lane. And he summoned me, so I was like, oh, I've been called. So I had to stop what I was doing. Had to tell my lady, baby, I'll be back in a few minutes. I've been summoned. I got to get over here and have a conversation with my brothers. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bow out because I think my time here is overdue. I mean, I spend my time. So Jay, I appreciate the link. Hey, fellas, y'all have yourselves a nice day. Hey, Mr. Terry, nice to meet you. And shout out to my brothers. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Hey, Terry, I did have one of your clips, man. I just want to play real quick before we get up out of here.
Before you do that, can I just say the views of Will in regards to the women need to get hit is not a reflection of nobody else. So man, on
Y'all know it's women in relationships who do the same thing. Like, there's women in relationships who do the same thing and they get their niggas in bad situations because they can't control their mouth.
That's facts.
True.
It's just how chicks be.
1000%.
And I don't think that women should. I don't think men should start, hitting women yet. I think we got to bring shame back first. Yeah. You got to bring shame back first before you escalate the violence. Like I don't think that, corporal punishment is the answer.
Mm-hmm. All right. I was gonna probably play that one with the grape culture, Terry.
Do your thing, whatever you want to do.
All right. Better run this one.
The day this chick had hit me up asking me to mount a TV at her crib. My tools at my homie crib. So I hit my homie up like, hey, I need them tools and shit. I need to stop by and grab them. I'm like, all right, cool. So I pull up to grab the tools. He like, what you working on a project or something? I'm like, nah, this chick asked me to mount a TV for her. He asked who, I told him who it was. He like, oh, what's she on with you? Like, what's she trying to do? I'm like, shit, she's just trying to get a TV mounted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. He like, she ain't trying to fuck? Like, what, you just gonna mount a TV for free? Like, you ain't finna fuck? I'm like, nah, nigga, we cool. Like, she good people. I'm just finna help her out. Like, mount on TV, it ain't no big deal. It don't take long to mount on TV. Like, it ain't no big deal. And it made me think about like how like his mind went straight to the exchange for that should be sex. It wasn't like, oh, was she gonna pay you? Whatever the case may be. Of course, if it was a guy, it would have been like, oh, well, he gonna pay you. Or it would have been like, oh, that's just the homie.
You probably didn't even ask anything about it.
Right. Like, if I was to say, like, oh, yeah, Jones asked me to come mount a TV for him and help him mount a TV or whatever, motherfucker wouldn't have said nothing. Sure. But if I say it's a chick and we cool, it's like, well, she trying to fuck? Whatever the case may be. And it just made me think about rape culture. Mm-hmm. And when we hear the word rape, of course, we think about somebody forcefully having sex with a woman or a man, whatever the case may be. And that's not exactly what it is. Culture is about the thought processes that objectify women and make men look at women just in a purely sexual way as sexual objects. And that leads to men putting women in uncomfortable situations very often. And it's not even just men that are monsters. Like, in reality, majority of men have never raped a woman and will never rape a woman in their lifetime. Right? Mm-hmm. That's a fact. So we're not even gonna go there. However, there's a culture that makes men put women in uncomfortable situations very, very often because of how common it is to objectify women. So we're going to talk about that, but not only are we going to talk about that, we're also going to talk about how culture is so normalized in media and just in just common spaces that women also perpetuate rape culture as well, right? And we're going to talk about how a lot of women use culture, like the Me Too movement, things that come from that, to their advantage. So it's not gonna be a one-sided conversation. We're not gonna beat up on niggas. We're not gonna villain.
All right, that was kind of the gist of it, man.
I don't know. I
don't know if you want to expand on it a little bit, Terry. I know it was kind of leading to a bigger discussion that you guys were having. So I don't know if you want to give a little bit more context with it.
I mean, yeah, it was a bigger discussion. That was more so just the intro of it, but it was just about how the culture we grew up in, a lot of times, it make us look at women a certain way, and it make women also participate in certain shit that's really like objectification, and that you end up in fucked up situations when you come up learning certain shit, and then you get new environments. That's how so many people get. You see Ben McLemore locked up right now because he smashing a chick, they both drunk, whatever the case may be. But you don't learn that that's against the law. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you're a shorty, I just seen a video on TikTok where it was like an uncle or something. He talking to his 3 young guys. He gave him a bottle of liquor and some money, like call some hoes. Woo. So it's like even when you're a shorty, it's like get the girls drunk, then you do this, woo, woo. And you've been doing that shit for so long. Now you know what I'm saying, you get like, oh, just like, oh, well, can't nobody get consent? Why they? So we were just talking about all of that shit, like all of what the law is compared to what we learn growing up in the hood and shit like that. And like kind of just trying to teach niggas like, bro, these are the boundaries you need to set to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So like, all right. So I where you from in the city? You sound like
I'm
you're
from
from
Rose.
Chicago and Rose. Okay, that's why I said all right. Grab it. Salute. So I fuck with the concept, except for the term rape culture. Like I just don't like how like because you attach that.
Make sure
I
we're
feel
saying
like,
grape, right? We're saying grape.
yeah, great.
Or
I
let's just say
concept.
our culture, so it ain't confusing. Let's say
No,
our.
I'm not saying that's our culture. That's great.
No, I
You
mean
want to call
our,
it grape culture?
like or maybe that's
Oh,
yeah.
like our word culture. Okay, yeah, I say that. Our word culture. Because I had this conversation with a young lady that used to be on the show, and she was saying pretty much the same thing, making the parallels that you made. And I agree that the transactional nature of how men and women how men operate in regards to women is something that can be demonized or looked at away. I think you have to ignore the nature of who men are, and that's kind of how we view women until something happens. That something being you develop a relationship outside of the sexual attraction that we naturally have. So I had that TV example where somebody asked me to put a TV up for his girl that he was off and on with, and I said no because she was looking at me like she wanted to let me in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to put myself in that situation. So I kind of get what you're saying. Not even though kind of, I 100% get what you're saying in regards to shit. You're gonna buy a bottle or you're gonna do X, Y, and Z, and you expect to get it cracking afterwards. It's kind of like an implied thing, right? Especially like in the city, moving around or just hanging out. Like shit, we're gonna go get up with so and so. We're gonna get a bottle. We're gonna get something to smoke, or we all gonna kick it and have an evening. It's kind of implied, and the fact that point you no longer have the ability to consent, so everything from there can be considered our word culture. I don't personally think it's right, kind of the same way. I don't think it's now there's a point where somebody too intoxicated to consent. Just addressing the theory, like with Puff, like him going from Chicago to Indiana back to Chicago makes that a federal RICO case versus like I think they got too liberal with the way they extending these terms. And it's such a wide net. It's almost like you're going to villainize every portion of being a man now to try and catch some of the stuff that really should be caught. Because some of the stuff is bogus as hell and need to be fixed. But I feel as though it's such a wide net now. It's damn near just like the way you operate as a man, don't operate that way no more. You need to view us the way women view men. And then we can operate from there. And that ignores the biological nature of who men are.
One of the things. Go ahead, Mark.
I was just about to say, so I think these are two different conversations. I don't agree with drawing that from that situation with the grape culture. I don't agree with you drawing that from the situation of your homie kind of asking you what he asked you. But I have a quick question to understand more. What was your relationship with this woman like? Did you meet her out like at a club and y'all just kind of started talking after, and you were early in the talking stage, or did y'all have a friendship, like an actual legitimate platonic friendship? Like, what was the situation?
Yeah, we've been friends about probably 12 years.
Okay, friends 12 years. I get that. I get that. I don't.
Like, my homie used to talk to her in college. Been my homie. She been my homie. Been my dog for about 12 years.
Oh, cool. Like I completely understand that. And I don't even know if your homie understood that the context of that situation. That he understood. That was long-time friends.
We all met in college. Like, you feel me? I've been knowing her long as I've been knowing him. Like,
got you. I think that's a little bit weird that that you already had a relation, like y'all was friends, so that's cool. I get it. In general, I think that we can't demonize men for wanting to fuck women. We're men. We want to fuck women. We didn't tell ourselves we wanted to do it. God did it. We want women. It's just a part of our biological imperative. We want to have sex with women. And also, I think likewise, ain't no woman coming to clean my house unless she wants to fuck me or she likes me. She's attracted to me. She wants to be with me. right? No woman. I know damn well if I was dealing with a girl and she told her friend, "Hey, can I get your cleaning supplies? I'm about to go clean this nigga house." I'm like, what? Is that nigga give me some money? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Is that your man? Like that's I think it's very common that there's nothing wrong with transactional things when you don't know somebody like that, but you know her like that, so it's a different situation. I'm not mad at that. So but I think in general we can't demonize men for just being natural and wanting to have sex with women, and women want things from us too. They want provision from us. So
I am curious. Was that when you made that statement to him? Was that his first response?
Off top, yeah. Off top, it was like the conversation was just like, bro, if you doing, she should be trying to give you some pussy if you finna do that. I'm just like,
how she look? How she look?
Cool. She cold. She attractive. She cold. Like if she like.
How long ago was this? How long ago was this?
Shit, it was a couple days before I posted the video. About 2 months ago, max maybe.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
You ain't never want to crack?
I mean, shit, bro. Like I said, my homie dated in college, so it's already off limits. So it's just like that's what it's
Terry, I hope to God, Terry, that you don't have any sort of like feelings for this woman, because I just believe that like doing stuff for pussy 20 years down the road and just kind of waiting it, I think that's so lame. But you said you don't got no. I hope to God that you're not trying to warm this box up.
I don't think he's doing that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's not throwing seeds for later, bro.
Wait, hold on.
That's not even something I need to do, bro.
To all the fellas on the panel. Now, I can personally say that I know some women that I've known for 12 plus years, to where if she ain't got no man, whatever, and she be like, "Hey, Viz, can you put this up?" And I'll fuck with her. I'm gonna pull up on her. We gonna, kick it, whatever. I'm gonna go about my way. I ain't, if I ain't never did that with her, then I'm not even on that. I'm not even thinking about that. This my homie. So fellas, which Marcus got the grin on. Fellas, is that something that y'all can agree to? Because that ain't the first thing that'll come to mind for me.
No. If it's a woman that I met 42 almost years ago that can call me and ask me to do some shit like that for her, and that's my mother. Outside of that, my woman cool, but nobody else. No, I'm not getting up mountain TVs or coming to anybody's rescue. That's just not how I operate. So no disrespect, Terry. I like what you did. That's cool. But I don't think that he's doing what Terry was talking me and what Mont thought he was, which is like trying to sow some, like, give me some pussy points so he can get some later. I don't think that's what he's doing. I think that he's just a good nigga and wasn't trying to smash. So, but where I want to push back though is we can't say that sexual objectification is what makes something, grape culture. That's one of the 7 pieces of it, and there's 6 others. And if you only have one condition of something, you can't say it's that thing. So I don't want guys thinking that, okay, well, I feel I'm part of grape culture because I want to have sex with women. It's the sexual objectification is when you see women as only saying worth sex, but all the other stuff that comes with it, like the media reinforcement, the misrepresenting content, the giving perpetrators a pass, the victim blaming, trivializing rape, all those other features or aspects of it, that shit matters. So just because we're going to say that I'm attracted to women and I'm a man, we know, with the healthy blood flow, and every time I see a fat ass, I want to bounce it. Like, that's not grape culture. That's being a man. Now, what makes it grape culture is when you force the woman to let you bounce it.
So are we saying that we as men are not going to participate in sharing skill sets or things of that nature unless it's tied to a sexual transaction?
I can tell you what I think. So it's different if that's genuinely your platonic friend. I have no issues with y'all helping each other out in different ways, whatever that may be. In terms of if you recently met a woman or y'all been kind of, if a random woman just asks you, I do think that the same way that femininity costs, I think masculinity should cost. I think that if you want those type of things, you need to get a man. Like, and because men are valuable. We are valuable. To have a man around, it's very valuable, and we can do a lot of things for you. But I think in these cases, you need to get a man, and you need to have a man. I don't think that if my homie told me like, yeah, like,
person, no.
yeah, my homie told me
not a random woman, no.
So I don't disagree with his situation. But if my homie told me like, yo, I recently met this girl, I'm about to go mail her TV, I'd be like, what? Are you crazy?
It was a woman on this panel, one of these panels that was talking about how her girlfriends call her to do man shit. Like that was a flex. I forgot who said it, but when I heard it, it was the dumbest shit I'd ever heard before. Like she was like, well, my girlfriends call me when they need something, and it was something about they don't have power tools. I got them. So her girlfriends call her like, what the fuck? Like that's not a flex.
I think it was both.
That was both. She's pretty handy.
Yeah, I think it was both. But no,
I'm okay. Not surprised. All right.
I get what you're saying. I actually like what you said, that masculinity cost. I guess I'm trying to, the way I heard it, it seems like if you're going to involve a man, be ready to involve my penis as well.
Or money, you know what the problem.
Here's the issue with that, right? Women will absolutely objectify you for your skill set. They will objectify you for your money and everything else, right? And if you don't like, so let's say you like a chick. If that's your platonic friend, you got no business doing that. Don't proposition people, put them in weird situations if that's your people's. But if it's a girl you digging and she know you digging her, and then she wants your boyfriend energy, then okay, I'd like some girlfriend energy too. Otherwise, you end up being a straight up sucker anyway. If you know that I'm out here trying to smash, but you want to steal my boyfriend energy, no, it doesn't really work like that. I'm not gonna be doing shit for nothing. No, it is what it is, and it ain't no forceful type shit. But if you ain't, if you aren't really feeling me like that, then I'm just gonna exit stage right. I wouldn't ever put anybody in a position to where they felt like they had to, but at the same time, you can't have my boyfriend energy knowing I like you, and then you ain't with me like that.
I just want to point out that the bro Terry is not on no sucker shit. That's not what he was talking about. Just before the chat, wait, not y'all. Just before the chat get carried away. He just said he a stand-up nigga was going to go help his homegirl. That's good. Women should appreciate that. Like I'm fairly certain that I would appreciate one day if my daughter had a male friend who was nice enough to look out for her and then not expect for her to get on her knees before he left. Like that's cool. But I don't want to just to make sure the narrative is not we're saying that he's doing this stuff so he can crack later. He could probably crack now, to be honest. Like what woman's going to invite a man over to a house that she don't feel safe with? Anyway, so he could probably already get it, but I don't want us to make it seem like he's just doing it so he can fuck, because that's not the energy I'm getting from him.
I agree with Willie too.
So Terry, are you in a relationship?
True, you wasn't.
No, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not.
You said you're not.
Right now, today I am. Today, but 2 months ago I wasn't. No.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because I don't believe. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that shit, man. I don't believe in the opposite sex friends and all that. And I'm not doing that, man. And to be disrespectful to my woman or my wife, to go over and help another woman just because I was. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Let me tell you, I'm gonna give her a phone number to a goddamn good handyman, and he can put it up. I'm saying, man, he's a good worker. He's trustworthy. He'll hang your TV for you. I'm not gonna set myself for no failure, no jeopardy, no issues, or nothing like that. I wouldn't do it. So I understand that that's your friend and that's all good, and y'all got the relationship. But like you said, if you ain't got a woman, I guess it's fine. But as soon as that woman become your woman or your wife, yeah, you should no longer be going over and doing those things. Because what if your woman say, I'm gonna go help my friend and cook dinner for him? Yeah, that's some bullshit. He's in a sex drought. He needs some ass, so I'm gonna supplement these cheeks for him. You know, saying, would you be okay with that? Hell no, most men wouldn't, unless you into some old kinky shit. We ain't doing that either. We ain't gonna allow that shit to happen. So I wouldn't do that shit.
Are we not allowed to be progressive, Hink? Like,
Terry, bro said he don't. You was gonna ask him why he don't believe in like being friends with females. Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, honestly, most of the time, female friendships are one-sided. The man is giving up significantly more than he's getting, because the stuff that we can give a woman are the things that she only gets from someone and she's got a man for. So if you're giving her those things and she's not having to pay the, the romantic interest tax, or she's not having to reciprocate, the same type of energy for you, that's why I don't think that most men should be friends with women, especially on on that type of level, because you're going to end up getting used the majority of the time. Look at how many women that keep niggas like you around, but get mad when those niggas try and fuck.
So let me say this. I don't think it's a man and woman thing. I think a man and man friendship could be one-sided. You could have a homie who you could give hella game to, hella advice, and he don't got shit for you. Hold on, let me finish.
Facts.
So the thing is, like, even with a woman, if you friends with anybody who and it's one-sided, then that's a friendship you need to reevaluate, whether it's a woman or a man. So a lot of friendships can be one-sided, but even with a woman friendship, she not finna come to my house and cook, but it's my son's birthday. She finna come there. Let me do this. She gonna do some woman shit. You know what I'm saying? She show up in the ways that she show up as a friend. I'll show up for her. It ain't no big thing. But any friendship could be one-sided, woman or a man. And that's kind of what I'm saying, is that, like, when it comes to a woman, it's like, why do sex always gotta be? It ain't always that. Like, that's just what niggas jump to. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the reason why it's always that is because it's a woman's number one agency. And you're right. Any friendship can be one-sided. However, male and female friendships are more often one-sided than male-male relationships. There are things so we're friends. The stuff that you get from me as a friend that I can give back to you it's almost damn near automatic. You loyal to me, I'm loyal to you. You give me good advice, I give you good advice. You listen to me, I listen to you. Like, it's how it is. That's not how it goes with women. You go fix a woman, you go hang up a woman's TV. What does she get for you? What does she do for you back? Like, what do you get in return? Not that there's supposed to be some sort of quid pro quo, but there is supposed to be a reciprocated interest or a reciprocated effort. You're not going to get that a lot of the times from women because there's not things they can give you. They can't. The same listening ear that you can get from a woman, you can probably get from one of your homeboys, and he's better equipped and more experienced to actually understand and empathize and sympathize with you. So with women, you go out with a woman and something happens, it's your fault, regardless if that's your girl or not. You take the TV girl to a restaurant, odds are she might think that, you're supposed to pay for it. Or again, y'all walk into the parking garage and someone tries to rob y'all. It's your job because you were with her. Just from the simple fact that she is in your company, you're supposed to protect her. Why are you doing that for a woman that's not yours? That's all I'm saying. Like, the difference is when you do it for your woman, it's always reciprocated. When you do it for your homegirl, it can be, but rarely is, to the level which you gave her.
So Willie, so if you're with a friend that you've known for 12 years, and you're walking up, you're behind her, you're walking up, you see she's getting robbed, you're not going to
of course, no, I'm definitely going to interject. That's the point, because I'm supposed to. What is she supposed to do? That's the thing. Like, with most male-female relationships or friendships, the duty it ends on the men's side. The obligation that's supposed to is only for the men. Women get this free range to do whatever they want to do.
Why are we not
hold on. So you're friends with someone that doesn't bring any additional value to your life?
I'm friends with someone. In that situation, I would be friends with a woman who can't bring equal value to my life, and which is oftentimes what happens even in physical relationships.
To protect you?
No, not to protect me. So, for example, for me, protecting her is like basically me with her reciprocating that would be not putting me in a position where I have to. Okay. How many times have you seen men get beat up behind a girl or behind somebody else's girl?
I don't think it's fair to depict that a woman is supposed to bring the exact same thing. We already know that biologically they are not
the exact same thing, but an equal amount. It doesn't have to be the same.
Let's ask Terry. Let's ask Terry what else she brings besides, like, all right, because the birthday gift thing. Everybody, I met somebody a month ago, and I'm about to take their kid a birthday present. Like, but like, what else? What will she give you? Like, will she come cook for you if you ask her? Will she come?
I just used the example Willie just said. He said, if I'm a friendship with a man, he's loyal to me, I'm loyal to him. Same thing with a woman. She give me advice. Help you move. Same thing with a woman. It's like, I don't know why we can't see past titties and ass. That is just a person. Like, it's just a person.
No, but it's different because loyalty with me,
homie's not protecting you, nigga. Like, what we talk about?
But loyalty with me and you is like, if I'm about to move, I know I can call you to come help me move, and you know you can come call me to help you move. Like, all of these, like, real utility. We have real utility with our friends. I know that you gonna fight for me. I know that, like, if I'm out with what's the name, I know he gonna fight.
Wait, hold on. I think this should sound crazy to me. So let's use the television. Him mounting the television, right? Maybe she can cook, maybe she can bake, man, Terry, I'm gonna make this this apple pie from you from scratch. I got a pie for you.
Women that make pies from scratch usually got a man.
Yeah, them type of women ain't single, bro.
Come on, man. Don't sit
No,
on
you-
the
go ahead,
scenario.
Viv.
I'm just saying.
Viz, you know these heifers can't cook, man. It's 2025. These heifers can't cook for
Hey,
shit.
stop it, man. It ain't that. It ain't
No,
that
hell
bad.
no,
I know some single
no.
women who cook.
It's
Those
out
some
there.
shit down.
But again, no, it's one to me. Is one of those situations of if we've been locked in for 12 plus years, then there has to be something that's reciprocated that I get from you to even be in contact, to even where you're comfortable enough to call me and say, hey, can you put this TV up for me? There has to be some type of connection already there to where it's like, okay, I know that I can get this from you platonically and you can get this, you know what I'm saying, something else from me. And that's just what having a relationship is. That's just being a human. So I don't understand why we're making that situation sexual.
We didn't make it
And then-
sexual. No, like not one point. Wait, I never said that it was sexual. I just asked a simple question and say, what are you getting in return? Your assumption was sex. I wasn't talking about that. There's a multitude of things a woman can give a man: her company, her time, her advice, her input, her femininity. It's a lot of things, but a lot of the times, that's not what we're getting back. That's what I pointed out. I'm not saying that you should only hang out with women that you fucking. That's crazy.
But
right?
I think that's a man's fault. If they're not getting anything, they're not defining those relationships.
No, if you're right, it is the man's fault for tolerating it. But that's the thing. The way you do that, you walk away from that person. Any one-sided friendship should be, if it takes two people to be in it. And if a friendship is one-sided, you should walk away from it. That's why I tell men to stay away from relationships with most women.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I just think that to Terry and even Viz, I'm more in alignment with them. I don't know why it's such a hard wall that we're making between. We're humans at the end of the day. We should be able to develop relationship with both male and female. Now, again, the depth of the connection, the likability, shared, shared activities may be slightly different. But if that woman or man, but if in this case a woman is in your life, she should have a function, even as a platonic friendship. I would never take into account a woman is going to come and present the same amount of value the exact same way a man would to certain degrees. But if I call her a
Not
friend,
the exact same way, the same amount.
well, even the same amount, I'm going to base it on what she is capable of. I mean, in my personal life, there has been more women that have shown up for things that were pivotal, as well as my male friends. But women should have function. I think
when you say women, do you mean family, or you talking about female friends?
I'm talking about female friends.
Okay, I just wanted you to be specific.
Yeah, I think we moving the goalposts when it comes to women, though, right? So we all know that we got friends that we call for certain shit. You got a homie you could call to move. It's the example he got. You got a homie you gonna call for advice. We typically don't have a male homie that's like everything across. All our homies is not doing everything across the board. It's some niggas is not showing up when it's time for you to move. Like, but you could call a nigga if it's time to fight. That's the nigga you call. So, but when it comes to a woman, if I say, well, she do this, this, and this, it's like, well, fuck that. What else? She can't do this though. But when it comes to a male friendship, you ain't saying that because you got a homie that can't fight. You got a homie that's not going to move. So you gonna stop being his friend? Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like niggas just got their mind made up on how they feel about women friendships, and it's really founded around bullshit, to be honest.
But Terry, I'm not even talking about all of what they talking about. We know women are jealous. Women have issues with trust. And now you got a new woman and you bringing this female friend. You don't think some questions are going to be asked? She going to think she can be curious. Why are you going over her at midnight to pick her up on the side of the road because she called you for a flat tire? You don't think that's going to be a problem with your new woman?
I ain't doing the flat tire in the middle of the night shit. I'm calling AAA for that. But
come on, man.
I do agree. I do agree that in a relationship, it's gonna be some different boundaries that's gonna be set. But that don't mean I'm not gonna show up for her in ways disrespectful.
So now you ain't gonna be a friend no more. Is that what you saying, Terry? You gonna turn your back on your friend?
You heard what I said, bro. You heard exactly
I heard what you said. So now, long as my woman's up under my roof, are we together? Now I'm gonna forget you as a friend. Is that what you tell me? No, dog. Let me tell you this. You probably should have never had it like that anyway. let her be an associate, and keep it moving.
I mean, you do what work for you, brother. I hear you.
I got you right on me, brother.
I think if women are truly our friends, I don't even think that you realistically it's even reasonable to alter your friendship when you get a woman. I think that kind of speaks to it not really actually being like an actual friend. Like my girl don't really have any guy friends, but if she had an actual guy friend, like that was really a friend, like, oh, I grew up with this person, or like know this person, like, then me actually making them alter their relationship, like is y'all not actually friends? Because I just wouldn't even be friends with you if I'm against a woman having a best friend and you like, yo, I've been friends with him for 30 years. I'm not about to make you. That's not reasonable with me. I probably just wouldn't even be with you. But I think if like, oh, I got a girl now, like, so we gotta talk less. I just don't think it's platonic.
Well, you got to
it's still a thing of respect, though, right? I mean, there's still some sort of a boundary that'll be placed there. So let's say in the situation of you've been friends with this woman for 12 plus years, right? She gets married, right? Maybe y'all talked twice a week. Just off the strength of her now having a husband, me personally, I wouldn't expect to be talking to her twice a week anymore. I might check in with her every other week. And I think that it's important that if that is the case, that we all kind of have a relationship now to where I have a good feel and idea of who you are. If we going out, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bring your girl. I'm gonna bring, you know what I'm saying? I'm bringing my girl, your friend, bring your guy. We go out, kick it, whatever. Now we can, kind of build this relationship to where it's a community, right? We're developing this community more. But I understand how it can get weird if just because you now got into this relationship, you fall back and you're not as accessible. I understand that, but again, I think that there's a thing of respect, of understanding that, hey, realistically, there are some boundaries that's going to be placed in line, and it's expected not to be crossed.
Real dope question, real quick. Do you what if one of your homegirls had let's say like your wife or whatever? If she had a friend that was a dude for like a dozen years, would you be able to accept that for her to call him, or would you feel like there should be any limitations whatsoever about how she talked to him? Could she also talk to him or help him in the middle of the night with some shit or whatever?
I think if it's 1,000% truly her friend, I don't have to worry about none of that. Like, I don't have to worry about no funny business. If he calling her in the middle of the night, it's because he has an emergency and he needs her for something like, oh, yo, my mom, like I don't have to worry. I don't even have to think about that type of stuff if it's truly your friend. Like, to me, you can't be my friend unless I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Not because you that ugly, but because like I've worked with some girls and I built a rapport with them, and I'm like, yo, she like my sister to me now. I'm not even interested. I don't even look at you that way. Like, that's the only way that I can even ever be friends with a woman is I would never touch you in a, like, even if you proposition me, you can come here, pussy out. Hell no. Like put your clothes on. Ew. Like, so for the record, you would be just fine with your woman having, man. Ain't no way I'm going for that shit. A dude friend that can call him up.
You think your girl gonna get a coochie up? What you think?
It's just
you said what?
To me that we're saying
the girl gonna get a coochie up. You think she gonna get it to him?
No, man, because y'all look her. I understand y'all think every woman is perfect or never do nothing wrong, but them same dudes that they call friends are ex-boyfriends. Them same dudes probably used to fuck on them at one time, and they still we still good friends. Bullshit. Y'all sound crazy as hell.
I'll say this to answer your question. Like, if I'm uncomfortable with the nature of a friendship that a woman had with a man, she'll never be my girl. Because that's vetting. So you know that before you get in a relationship. So you can't get in a relationship and then like, oh, I ain't cool with that. Like, you've been through that. You get what I'm saying? Now you want to hold the relationship up like
No, you got to be open because you got a female friend. You got to be open because you got a female friend. How you gonna sit there and say, well, hold on, you got this female friend?
You're not hearing what I'm saying.
No, I heard what you said. You said
What I
you'll
said?
never be open to it.
No,
You
it's
said
not what
you'll
I said.
never.
It's not what
Okay,
I
go ahead,
said,
brother.
bro. I said if I'm not comfortable with the nature of her friendship with a man, I'm not getting in a relationship. If they got whatever their nature is, however they interact, if I ain't comfortable with it, I'll never get in that relationship. So I got to be comfortable with how y'all interacting to even agree to take the step to commit to you. So that's my answer for his question. But I want to go back to what Viz was talking about with the whole like the relationship changed once I get in a relationship. I give you an example with this particular girl that the story was about. When we was in college is a real communal space. So like she had everybody like come to her crib. Oh, I cooked today. Everybody, it's only like 4 motherfuckers know how to cook at the whole school. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh well, everybody come to my crib. I cook today, whatever the case may be. I used to sell liquor in college, so I used to have all this liquor. I used to run around and sell a lot of parties and shit. I give it to her like, hey, here go the keys to my crib. Go put this up for me. I'm finna stay at this party. Woo. So she had keys to my crib. She'll pop up, leave whenever she want. Woo. When I got a girl, it's like, bro, you can't pop up you give me them keys back. You know what I'm saying? You can't just pop up in my crib. I got a girl now. She right here with me. So it's stuff like that changed, but that don't mean our friendship is different. It's just certain boundaries because I got somebody I'm with now. That's the only difference.
So you giving a stray woman keys to your home? This is crazy, man. I'm arcade as hell. I'm glad. Let my old ass and my old ways, because
it made my life so much easier, bro. It made my life so much easier. Bro. You should try it, bro.
What did she do besides just pop up?
Nah, she ran favors for me. Take this to the crib for me. Go pick this up for me. Take it over there. She helped me. She helped me run my business way better, bro. You should try it, bro. I promise you.
Yeah, your woman can do that. Your woman can do that. No, man, your woman could do that.
I had a female friend just like that. She was great. Like she let me borrow. Like when we was in college, this is a college experience. She let me borrow her car. She was putting me on with females. She'd cook and do all type of shit. Right. That shit was great, and she used to listen until it wasn't. But she'd come be like, "God damn, what was you doing to that girl last night?" And you know, in college, you like beating on your chest and shit. You putting extra effort, making sure she extra with the shit. You know what I'm saying? She listening, and she try and put a threesome together, and I'm like, shit, I don't know. I'm about to go for it. And then I end up going out that night and supposed to come back to the parlay. Mind you, this is the first time we still to this day never done nothing. But at that point, I was supposed to get it cracking with both of them because she had been listening, getting turned on for too long. And we were supposed to be cool. She started out dating one of my friends. They broke up. He didn't care about the shit no more. She shot her shot, and I'm like, no. She offered a threesome. I'm like, all right, when I come back from this party. And then I end up hitting something at the party, and next thing I know, she went and got my girlfriend's schedule and can see and confronted her with all the girls that I had.
Oh hell no!
Come on, man.
Right.
So in a nutshell, Marcus, same question.
I knew it. They talk too goddamn much. She knows all your goddamn dirt.
Would you allow your wife to have a friend? Would you allow your wife to have a male friend or not really?
Like a work male friend? What you talking about? Like just a nigga
just
that's
a male friend that she could call. That's just cool. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I think that should depend, but more than likely, nah. But it depends. I mean, it really
you
depends.
you got friends that's women though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, look.
Well, I think
I ain't mad at you. Look, Marcus, I ain't even mad at you because I'm the same way. Fuck that. Real talk. That's just how I am. I don't care. I would not be with a woman who has a bunch of male friends only because.
No, you said a bunch. You didn't ask us a bunch. You said one.
or one.
Right.
And you know why? Because former scumbag here, I know what that looks like, being that friend. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker don't really believe that shit. Like, but they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that wicked out here. These females are extra conniving, and they will make you really think that this cat is a friend, but he probably was pounding the hell out of her, or used to. I've been that scumbag because I know.
Y'all keep proving my goddamn points.
Wait, hold on. But fellas,
that's what I was trying to do.
Realistically, though,
I appreciate it, my brother. Thank you, sir.
As a fellow former scumbag, right? You can tell if somebody was under that act. You could tell, you know what I'm saying?
That is true too.
If I'm around, you know what I'm saying, I pull up, I'll just meet this girl and she friends with Marcus, and you know what I'm saying, and I'm seeing some type of like, man, I know that look. Man, I already know what it is. You can't tell.
No, you can't tell. You can't tell. You just got to take it for face value. Some people are obvious and some people good at it.
Nah,
some people good at it.
You and Trev are probably niggas who used to get boxed. That's different. The look that y'all probably got is way different from a nigga who like gotta really play the 20-year friend thing to get some box. It's different.
I guess it's just me and Dope that agree, because it sounds like you guys don't really got a lane for what friendship looks like. It's like it varies depending on the season. Like if she's my friend, I wouldn't, no matter what, whether she was petitioned, drunk, she's a friend. I'd look at her like she's just a girl. Like I would not entertain it. It doesn't cross my mind. But it sounds like that's the problem. We as men don't really have a way to formulate friendships with women, because all it is pussy. Like clearly at some point you gotta be cracked.
What do you need them for though?
No, I have women who
what do you need?
Don't want to.
What do you need these stray heifers for? What purpose are these stray heifers for you? Look, if you need female advice, you could either go to your woman, or you got some female cousins in your family. Do you got a sister? There's your female advice, assistant, whatever you need. What do you need them for?
Why can't I have both though? Like
they kind of play the role of the female.
I don't understand.
They play the role of the female cousin if you can maintain that separation, but it's real hard. Like attraction is the main issue with this friendship thing. If you're just not attracted to the woman, then yeah, you could be friends with her and treat her like a female cousin. But if you're attracted and you ignoring that to be friends, I think that shit gonna go wrong. Or if she's attracted to you and then starts to feel possessive of you, I think that shit
come on, man.
So it's got to be
definitely go wrong.
That's probably
and look, she gonna start. Hey, Marcus, she gonna start telling you shit. She gonna confide in you, and then you're gonna give us some advice that she loved to hear, that wanted her, and she gonna start feeling some type of way. All of a sudden, she rubbing on your goddamn shoulders.
No.
Come on, man.
Stop it there.
Terry, I got a question. Be honest. Like, I'm not gonna ask you if she. I'm not gonna ask you if she bad, but do you think that us on the panel would think that she bad?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually, you don't have to answer this question. Would you, in any point ever, if she propositioned you, right? Is it possible that you could get physical with her? Nah. If she applied pressure?
It's like a sister.
Damn. Okay.
It's like if you actually in college, I have you talking about 12 years, bro. It's like a sister at this point, bro.
Terry, you about to commit incest then. You about to commit incest.
Hey, do you drink? Terry, you drink?
Yeah.
You smoke?
Oh, yeah, incest about to happen with Terry. Terry about to sleep with his sister.
But even on the drinking side, bro, like we didn't drink together, bro. We went to college together. We had a soul liquor in college, bro. We used to drink together all the time. Like it never happened, bro. It's just something that I'm not on.
That's what your mouth say.
But that's what I'm saying. Though, like, what's so hard about drawing a line when you see somebody a solid person, you see somebody showing up for you in a certain way? I got another female friend, right? Like I got this non-for-profit I started. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Do you have a multitude of women, so you damn near don't got time to mess with her? Is that the problem? Like you got enough women where you're like, man, I don't even. Really
I'm in a relationship, bro. I'm in a relationship, but so it ain't. But that wasn't the problem.
It wasn't like that 2 months ago, big brother. 2 months ago, you said it wasn't.
Wait, but I'm saying
why can't you fathom? Why can't you fathom that I wouldn't smash her? Like why can't click in your brain that I just wouldn't smash her, bro? Like that's crazy to me, bro.
She's a goddamn man.
Like, is there somebody like
Terry, I don't know if you ever went through a drought season. You know, I don't know if you ever went through a drought season. I've been through a drought season, and when you go through a drought season, you got a little bit of some of that liquid chemical in your system. Things start to look differently. Feelings start to change.
Man, we are running here talking.
Come on, man.
we're on here talking like we don't have no self-control, man. That didn't sound crazy.
Yeah,
as
some of
hell,
you
bro.
don't. Terry already said he ain't got no self-control. He said he's ready to go left if they come snooping around with that camera at his car. We ain't talking about his kids. He said at his car, shooting video of his car, he going left. He said that. So he already displayed that he already had no self-control. So when it come to that woman, she gonna come rubbing on them goddamn shoulders. He having a long night. Yeah, he going. Let that hen dog get in him. Let some of that Woodford Reserve go down that system.
Not the
He
hen
going.
dog, bro.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Terry, am I lying? Am I lying, Terry?
Yeah, that Henny is the devil.
You gotta have sexual
Say that
discipline out here, brother.
Hey man,
I got you. I got you, Bill Clinton.
Yo, Terry, I just want to say I fuck with you. I think that everything you saying is genuine, and I don't think you lying about anything. I think you believe everything that you're saying. I fuck with you. No, for real. Like I don't see like a disingenuous like pandering nigga. Like so.
I agree with him, but I think it's some contingencies on this. I think that it's possible to do that.
It's a relationship in white.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying no, man. Like, come on, let's be for real here. So, and again, I know everybody is different, right? I personally have some female friends that I
shout out to you, Terry, for being strong, brother.
I wouldn't touch them just off the strength of doing that would taint the whole point of the relationship that we didn't have. I done went this whole 12 plus years without touching you. Why would I do it now knowing that that's going to, complicate things and get these other emotions involved and all this other shit? There's millions of other women out there that you can go and do that on if you're just trying to get a nut off. You know what I'm saying? Why take this relationship with this woman that may be a good friend genuinely just so that you can get a nut off? That sounds...
I agree with you, Viz, but it don't like I said in my scenario, she was the one forcing it. In the couple scenarios I've been, it's been the girls.
Well, I think in that scenario though, bro, you cracking other bras in the same vicinity of her, so of course she gonna get intrigued.
Nah, that doesn't make sense though, because what you're saying
is do it, I didn't care.
Basically, you're saying it's not off the fact that you're not open to it. It's off the fact that you got more value on this side. So therefore, the relationship's more valuable than exploring the physical side of it, which means that, again, it's fraudulent. What I think Dope said and what I've kind of been trying to allude to is it shouldn't even cross your mind to the degree of you would entertain it. Just like you look at a man and you're not attracted to him, it should be the same way if you're going to say this is a friend. And it seems like this is a struggle for men. Like, no, she got a vagina. So if the circumstances align, it could go down. I don't understand that. That's, to me personally.
You don't understand that?
No, I don't, because I have tons of female friends that the same way. It's like, yeah, I see she's a female, but she don't populate on the radar of attraction, not to what I would consider my standard. So she's a person.
Hold on. That's a real. He's talking about this woman is attractive, so she does populate on the attractive. We're not talking about somebody you're not attracted to.
No, attracted to me is different from a.
Like, if I'm attracted to her, then I'm shooting my shot. I wouldn't befriend someone I'm attracted to. That makes no sense.
Are you attracted to the young lady, or you think she's attractive?
She's attractive. I'm not attracted to her.
That's exactly what he said, bro. Just because someone's attractive don't mean you want them, bro.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But if you can understand that, it seems like we can't understand that though. I seem like that's where the hold up is at, though, bro. That's the whole.
Terry, I got one question for you, Terry.
Bro. I feel like that's
Terry, I got one question. I got one question, Terry. Has she ever tried you?
She never.
We know you ain't tried her. Has she ever tried you?
I'm gonna ask y'all this though, because I see you got. I see you a Q. You know what I'm saying? You got the joint on your arm. So you went to college.
I guess you ain't going to answer my question, Terry. You're not going to answer my question.
He said no.
I said no.
No, he said no. He said no.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
my bad.
What was your question?
How many bags y'all think y'all blew smashing every chick that you attracted to? Because there's so many chicks that I'm cool with, that's attractive, that I didn't start off. They sending me grants. They sending they doing all type of shit on the business side.
So so keeping it real in college.
Trying to smash everything.
I actually got money. I ain't send money. I got money. A chick had bought me a Benz before. The spot I was staying in, that shit was like reduced right on the rent side. She was giving me when I switched to another spot, this Lex. I got money. I ain't spend no money to do that shit in college. And then afterwards, it was, I wouldn't even say it was chasing women that I was spending money on. It was being in the club with dope boys. Like that's just what niggas was doing. It wasn't to get the women because niggas already had the women.
No. What I'm asking you is, bro, like if you think about all the women that you came across, that if you would have just kept it cool, because it didn't amount to nothing, but you got some ass. But if you would have just kept it cool with a lot of women you went to school with that's now successful, your network could be a lot stronger if you wasn't smashing these women. Like it's a lot of chicks that you could just keep it cool with, and the network would be, instead of just trying to smash everything you attracted to, bro. Like you gotta have.
Yeah, I get the point you're making. But I still think that's contingent on the space you at as a man, right? If you are attractive to women and you've had women be around you, then you can't fall back and say, you know what, I could just be friends, yada yada yada. But if you a nigga that's been getting friend zoned all your life, you just waiting for somebody to give you the opportunity to come about that motherfucker. So I think it's two totally different conversations. A lot of men don't have that same experience. You sound like a smooth young nigga to me, at least. I don't think you've been struggling to get women. If you are presented with a beautiful woman and you can just pass on her, then you probably already have beautiful women that you can get. Not everybody got that same play. So to put the understanding that all men can just be cool with beautiful women, knowing that these men don't get them, and they think, all right, if she friends with me, she gotta know I want her. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not all in the same situation when it comes to how we can differentiate and operate when it comes to making friendships with attractive women.
But
like it's
Marcus,
not the same thing.
But Marcus, would a part of that problem of the perspective of the guy that's always getting friend zoned compared to the one that's not chasing women, wouldn't that have an effect on them being friend zoned though? You know what I'm saying? If I'm playing it to where you cool, I'm not stressing you, you know what I'm saying? In most cases, women are attracted to that compared to the nigga that's getting friend zoned because he's probably going a lot harder at the, you know what I'm saying, at the girl.
Viz, I agree with you, but that's a learned experience. You don't become confident, assured, and laid back without having the things that it's a competence that created the confidence that attracts people. So that persona that you describe is somebody who's not struggling with women, who's not nervous, who's not anxious, who's not seeing like, damn, I hope she like this niggas out here that's really struggling when it comes to getting over the hump of like, how do I get this woman to be cool with me? It's some men who whole game is let me get in the friend zone, standing there 10, 20 years, and then hopefully she'll see that I'm the one she should be with, and maybe she'll give me a shot. That's what Real Dope and Willie was talking about. Terry not that type of person, but that man exists. That man definitely exists. I feel like,
and that's why the friend zone is there.
But I think we were speaking to the men that are more inclined to get women and having that ability to understand that, okay, because I don't struggle with women, it should be easy to participate in a friendship because of the mere fact that women are they're not off limits to me. I get it from men that struggle with what you're saying, and like that's a different circumstance, and that's the majority. But for those men, I assume on this panel who are have no issue with women, it should be that much easier if you find a person.
It is, but but like I say, in my scenarios where I got real cool, like I'm talking about, like I would say this person my best friend, that shit happened 4 times with girls. Like as I got older, I thought I'd be the best friends with. Now I'm cool with some girls for sure, like we friends. But I'm saying like a real best friend scenario, they always ended up liking me before it was over. They always ended up liking me.
Yeah, Terry, to answer your question, I don't even think it's reasonable for me to like, if all the girls that I didn't smash would have just been my friends, like they would have all just wanted me, and it would have never been a genuine friendship anyway. So I don't think that would, they'd be still just wanting me.
So Real Dope, are you saying that there's no benefit in it?
Oh, my personal opinion is I don't have female friends. I haven't necessarily for the most part found a bit. God damn, what that's Y'all hear it? It's a big ass bug keep running in my window. But yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna hear the bug in your window.
No, I gotta. I'm in my office, so like outside, you know, they just hit in the window. Like, damn. But yeah, I don't do the female friend thing for the most part. Not because I'm saying that I never will, but I haven't necessarily aligned with a woman on that level that I thought that I would find value in a friendship.
So you don't see no benefit. I got you.
Yeah, personally.
That's wild.
Yeah, I think it's benefit there. I think that you could miss out on that. But
True. My energy is just a little bit different from yours. True. I don't know what I'm just a little. I just like niggas. I like boy stuff. Like me and women don't really.
Yeah, I
come
was
on.
say, hey, yo, pause. Hey, super pause.
No, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying.
I like boy stuff.
I'm like my energy is like I'm like super.
It was a
like more.
work.
It's like my energy, like more. I'm not even gonna. I consider it to be a little bit more on the masculine side. So like I just like to work. Like that's just like I like to work. Like when I get around, you know, you can talk about money with women too, but and stuff like that. But like I just like male stuff. Like and I'm very like, you know, when it comes to like sport, I like football. I'm gonna keep talking. I like football. Like these are the type of things that I like to, you know, kind of like talk about with my homies. And most women don't really actually like football. Most of them have a sports team that they like. Most of them have a sports team that they like, but they don't genuinely like football at its core. Most of them, right? Like you can ask a girl, she might, oh, you know how the Eagles, you know how the Eagles is doing. I like the whole NFL. Like I'm watching what's going on in Kansas City. I'm a genuine football fan. So like these are the type of.
I respect that. I respect that. I get it. I do understand. Me personally, we may differ in our representation of masculinity, but I can overwhelmingly tell you that so many doors have been opened in my life from having females in it. Like women look out for you a little different than dudes look out for you. And unless you had that experience, you probably wouldn't understand because you haven't had that.
Well, true. That's why you get a woman. That's why you get your main lady, your wife or whatever. That's why you get her for. That's what her job is to do. Now you talking about supplementing your woman's job for a friend woman. Yeah, that's a problem for me. I don't need. If I need some type of female interaction, I go to my wife. If she needs male interaction,
I agree with you.
She comes to her husband. She don't need to go to some stray nigga. She don't need to go to some stray dude. She don't need that. She needs me. And I don't need a stray woman. I need my woman. Whatever.
I think that,
brother. I don't think you do.
And true, I agree with you. I think it's fairly obvious that a lot of women are doing a lot of big things in their lives, and that they are like good to have in your network. Even though like I don't necessarily need them, like I do very well for myself, and I'm always going to do well, you know. But I can agree that like, yeah, hell yeah, like knowing the women, especially a lot of women are connected. Like I got the woman that I use for my grants. She had a huge ass grant business. Like she's connected. Like you know, a lot of them are connected. So I agree with you. That would definitely be, you know, some what is it called? Some value there.
Hey, hold tight real quick. Shout out to Trev for this great interview. But when we was having this conversation, it kind of made me think about when I saw this on this interview, man. So if y'all get an opportunity to watch this full interview, go to Trev's channel. Let me run this.
How hard it is to change anybody's mind about most things. Most of us, men and women, go off of experience in terms of that's just the reality of it. Yes, it's true. There are going to be some men and some women that learn from their mistakes and adapt and grow and move on. A huge percentage of them are not. Like when you say men are being dishonest, facts, true. I've been one of those men. Like
me too. Right? I can't throw it.
Right. So my view is that if we were born in another time in another culture where polygyny was more normalized, where it wasn't unusual for a man of means, of wealth, of status to have 1, 2, 3, 4 wives and or concubines, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. The issue is that when you live in modernity where all the titles are removed and where women are trying to enforce monogamy, where I will break up with you and I'll divorce you and take you to court and get alimony and child support, right. You've created a market where in the past and previous generations, they accounted for male sexuality, they accounted for male value, and they accounted for male promiscuity, where they acknowledged that this existed, that women would sign up for it if he met certain markers. And now in modernity, you don't allow that. So you're taking men that are celebrities, athletes, some of the most desirable men in these given cities, plopping them into modern times, and are expecting them to act different than all men in almost all ancient civilizations throughout the history of time. Where else in any other culture was a man that was a top 1 or 5 or 10% man in the country required to be with one woman for the next 40 to 60 years of his life?
For the record, do you think that it would work better if we were not forced into monogamy?
Yes. 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 And it's not even just speaking as a therapist. Let's just slow down with this logically. A lot of y'all that's going through the divorces, women specifically, if you're coming out too late, now you're competing. If you're in your 40s and you got divorced, you're now trying to compete with women that's in their 40s, 30s, and 20s with the small pool of men that you actually want. You're 40. You probably don't want a 20-year-old. You may not even want a 30-year-old. And a lot of the men that's at your age, if they also are making really good money, they may not be checking for you. So you've created, by the rampant increase of leaving, 70 to 80% of initiations of divorces, the single mother households, the trauma, the struggle to pair bond. When you factor all of these things in, a lot of these things were created because you were trying to take an external law and external consequences to change men's nature.
They're gonna get you for.
I stop at them. Make sure y'all check out that full interview, man. Go to Trev's channel. It's live right now. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
I agree with him. I've been saying the same shit for like 5 years, but like, so
well,
I
we know how
found
you feel about polygamy already, I'm like.
Right. So look, let me read you this. I found this the other day. This is in regards to, remember I keep saying that the issue isn't that women don't understand men, it's that we get jumbled in to being equal to the point that our biological differences are ignored. And I keep talking about the role that our testosterone plays, right? So I found this article from this young woman, or this young man who used to be a woman. And just listen to this and you will understand. Just listen. All right. Hold on. Let me start it right here. Just listen where I'm, and this is just gonna make sense when I'm done. All these answers have been from heterosexual cisgender men. I hope my answer as a gay transgender male is welcome. I thought when I was presenting a female that men were pigs, that they could control their impulses because women can do it. I thought that it was dangerous, a dangerous stereotype that said that men were these sex-driven muscular types who had sex on the brain 24/7, and then I transitioned. Testosterone is the hormone primarily responsible for sex drive in humans. Everyone has it, men and women and beyond. The higher it is, the more libido you will have. Transgender men and women report significant differences in their sex drive. Trans men have a much higher sex drive, and trans women have a much lower sex drive. Trans women report feeling better about the way they experience sex and I think I understand why. As I've been on testosterone for about 4 months now, my sexual desire has been the most annoying thing of my life. I feel this constant craving to touch or be touched and to give. Hold on. Touch your. Because I screenshot it, so I'm trying to find. Because this is important to understand this whole thing. Touch or be. Yeah, I feel this constant craving to touch or be touched and to give and get pleasure. It's literally an obsession. I think about it all the time, and I have to exercise a lot of self-control. I think about sex with attractive men. I think about sex with attractive women. I mentioned above that I'm gay. I am attracted to men, and I would prefer to be in a relationship with a man. But my goodness, if I could flirt with the pretty woman and we could have a great time, I would not mind one bit. That's how bad the desire for sex is. I have tried taking antidepressants and hoping it would dull my sex drive. It has not worked. I am now at the point where sex is starting to invade my life. I think about it with everyone constantly, and it's making it impossible to get work done. I only understand that men are in a situation that it is not always. Wait, I only understand that men are in this situation that is not always deeply studied or talked about in society. It is acceptable for a man to be. It is acceptable for men to be these oversexed creatures that dominate and compete because they're men. But testosterone is a dangerous thing, a very, very dangerous thing. So do you understand?
I don't think that's a fair assessment, though. We're talking about a person. We're taking information from a person that arguably one can say has is mentally ill. So of course she can't even control her. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You ain't allowed to say that no more.
The ignoring the point. This is the reason I copied that. This woman took testosterone to transition to being a man. When we talk to women and we try and explain, hey, testosterone does something different to our bodies than it does to yours, and the way we engage with sex is not the way you engage. And they'll make the argument that it is and it's even, and we need to just enforce self-control when there's something else going on and ignore those biological components. This, even though, like, I agree with you that XYZ about that whole thing, but this is one of the people that has the closest example of feeling what it is like to be a woman and then getting a taste of the level of testosterone that pumped through men. And via her own voice, he's saying this is something that we're overlooking and we really don't understand men, and we force them into hiding, which is true, which I think the doctor was touching on.
Well, no, I'm not negating what it is that they're saying, because I agree. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I was in the gym heavy, my testosterone was through the roof. So yeah, I'm trying to drill everything. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from, in my opinion, the decision of choosing one person. Because if you do want to be out there just slanging, you know what I'm saying, to whoever, or you want to go into a poly situation, you absolutely can do that. You can do that. Nobody's stopping you from doing that. You may not be able to legally get married, but people are making a decision to go into these committed relationships with one person. So if that's what you choose, then you got to play by the rules. If that's not what you want to do, then hey, go be out there and sow your royal oats.
So I agree. I agree with that concept. And, you know, I'm the proponent of, like, trying to be as honest as you can with these women about how you feeling, what you actually want to do, so you don't get in a situation where you are monogamous and you don't want to be, or you cheating, and you, like, try and be as honest as possible. What I think the deeper, like, issue is, these men are in fear of being honest, because to jump out and say, hey, I have these desires and these urges, and this is the way this testosterone is affecting me, it paints them as a villain. Like, back to the earlier thing about our word culture. That would be when a man sees a woman that he's attracted to, he has an urge that comes. And to act like it's not a real thing, I think puts men in a demonized light just from their biology, because there's no room for you to be what you are. You have to pretend and lie. A lot of men lie and pretend about who they are in order to engage in relationships. It's a fact. It's been a fact for a long time. And we just in a place right now where women believe the men that were lying. I think to Jeff's point earlier, he was saying in the past they knew who men were. Currently today, they do not know who men are, and they have an idea of the lie men have helped perpetuate, pretending that we are these perfect people, when in actuality our biology has our biology and incentive to have sex with other people has us functioning like damn near drug addicts when it comes to the situations men put themselves in to have sex with somebody else. They get fired all the time trying to have sex with somebody at the job. They'll have a perfect family, beautiful wife, and a nice home, and somehow manage to have sex with another woman because they just couldn't, and they lose everything in a divorce due to infidelity. Strategic, logical men who have worked their entire life get to the pinnacle of their careers and somehow get brought down by sex. It's not just they're not disciplined. It's something else going on, is what I'm saying. There's something else going on. Bill Clinton, he become the president of the United States. It's something else going on that puts them in this situation. It's not just, oh, this is a lazy, undisciplined, over lustful man. That's not what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I get what you're saying, but I don't know if I can necessarily agree with that. Bill Clinton had a history of stepping out on his wife. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure, and of course, just keeping it a buck, we all know it's probably a higher majority of men that are married and they stepped out on their wife or whatever. I don't know the number. I'm just assuming, right? But I'm sure that there are a number of men that was like, all right, this is who I'm with, and I'm gonna keep my joint in my pants. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, that goes back to making the decision of staying to your commitment that you made with your wife. Again, compared to if, man, I just want to be in a what's it called when you live together but you're not married? The technical term.
A domestic partnership.
A domestic partnership. Maybe we're just in a domestic partnership, and I'm a still step out. You can very much find a woman that's gonna do that, especially if you take care of business. You know what I'm saying? You laying it down at the crib. If you upfront and honest with the right chick, she gonna be like, all right, bet, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think to your point, if we're not communicating that and being real in that situation, then you can only blame yourself if you fall victim to some outside cooch.
Falling victim to outside coochie is wild. I don't know how that's possible. You can fall victim to vagina.
Yeah.
How?
How can't you?
How do you fall victim into some shit you have to like consciously choose to do? Like, I don't like. I'm the guy. I don't feel bad for guys when they have kids by crazy women. Like, that's not my thing. But I don't think that there's any way that a man can fall victim to vagina. He may fall victim to his urges because of said vagina. But I just don't think that vagina is out here. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a vagina monster that's out here, you know what I'm saying?
I say that because we all know that there are women that's out there that would intentionally pursue you, knowing that you are, you know what I'm saying, married or in a relationship.
Yeah, women want the man that other women have. That makes sense.
For sure. So that and I'm just being lighthearted with it, but that's falling victim to some outside cooch.
Yeah, I think we just need to probably have more open conversations and potentially restructure what is the expectation from women, because to M. White's point and then to the studies that's going on, the history of humanity, men, I would argue, I don't believe have been faithful to the confines of one woman. That's like numerically impossible even to populate the earth. And it's only in modern time to where now we're expected to conduct ourselves in a manner. And I'm not saying you should be walking outside slinging your Johnson here, there, and everywhere. But at the same token, we don't live the same existence as women. We don't do the same things. And I'm not excusing and saying that men should consciously put themselves in a position to entertain or explore. However, it should be understood that it could and maybe likely would occur and how it's going to be handled. And I think that's up to us to define that, instead of trying to pretend like, yeah, I'm going to meet you at 21. My lifespan is until 75 and you the only vagina I'm ever going to experience. Probably not.
You know what makes it easy to be faithful to one woman? And this is probably gonna sound wild, but being lazy and being a forward thinker, always thinking like 2, 3, 5 years from now. If you start thinking about the future, it makes your present actions, you know what I'm saying, it makes you look at them in a different light. And then being lazy, or you know what I'm saying, for me, I like to call it emotionally efficient, is that it takes too much to have hoes. Like, I don't understand how a lot of niggas have 5, 6, 7 women they fucking with in a rotation, because they all want X amount of time. They all want to be seen. It ain't but fucking, you're saying certain holidays you just can't be with your main girl on. So if men started to look at it like, hey, you know what? I need to be a little more efficient with my energy and my emotional capital, and then think about, you know, what it takes or what's going to happen if they lose the good woman they have. Because we all admit, for those of us that have ever had hoes before, we always had one that was like the one. So if you have a good woman now, thinking about that, you know, what could happen Like, how is she gonna go for this? Or like, damn, she might kill us both, or whatever the issue is. Thinking about that and being a forward thinker in it, it will keep man out of, as y'all say, falling victim to vagina. Because all you guys, either married, have, you're saying, good, strong women at home. And if your woman, if one of the tenets of your relationship is being monogamous, then, thinking about what could happen, like, damn, everything that woman does for me, I could lose by, as y'all put it, falling victim to somebody else's vagina. So, I mean, because you look at like each girl, man, it's like having part-time job. Each girl gonna want 6 hours of conversation, a day via text message or some shit. Then she gonna want to be on the phone past 8 o'clock so she can make sure you're not married for like the first 3-4 months. Then she want to go do shit 2 or 3 times a week. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, and then another thing for me, like, I know I play favorites. I have a favorite child, and people think that's crazy, but it's just how the fuck it is. I know if I ever was the type to have a bunch of women, it would always be one that was my favorite, and the rest of them are getting treated like her. Because I'm not going to sit up here and differentiate between, all right, well, you like Mexican food, well, you like Italian, well, my babe like barbecue, bitch, we eating barbecue. Like, that's what we're doing. Like, and it's so much easier just to deal with one woman in that, under those terms, than it is to deal with multiple ones, at least for me.
I'll see, Willie, the thing that is wild is that I agree with the majority of what you're saying, but then there's always that little sliver of what actually occurs. Most women who are like massage therapists and work at strip clubs and all that, and I'm not condoning that behavior, but that's why I'm saying we lying to people. Men are smashing outside of their relationships. It may not be relational like you're saying, but them and what are them happy endings and all that, that's going on. That's important.
Yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. Like,
you seen that trip to Colombia that they had all these so,
bro, I was in the Navy, and I've been to Thailand a time of 10. I know that I've had sailors come back on board for getting in trouble, getting caught, getting happy endings, or trying to pay I don't know how you know how bad your luck is to find the one girl in Thailand that's not selling pussy, that's offended, and now goes and gets the police and tells on you. Like, I had it happen to a sailor. Like, bro has the worst luck ever, because in that country where everybody is for sale, he found the one girl with morals.
Wow. But that's what I'm saying, to the point of it's not to create this narrative that monogamy is locked in. That would disprove that, because men's nature, they will explore. They may not get caught. They may not have relationships or babies, but they're gonna stick their dick somewhere else that is not the woman that they're with. It's just,
I'm never going to argue against the fact that I know that I'm being counter to my natural male nature by being with one woman. I understand that. What I'm saying is, me choosing to intentionally do that is easy, and for a lot of men, they shouldn't. Most men shouldn't even have multiple women, because let's be realistic, you can't afford multiple women, financially speaking, let alone everything else. But for me, I understand that I make that decision, but then on the other side is the woman that I have. On the other side is all the things she gives me. Like, I'm a lucky guy. I don't have to do the 70-30, 80-20. I get about 95% of what I'm looking for. So, and because of that, the trade-off is me not fucking other bitches. Trust me when I tell you that is okay. I got to worry about one vagina, one pH. I know if I ever catch something, I have to only worry about killing one person. Like, she's my central point of focus. And because of that, me only focusing on her or our relationship, I get to do so much other shit. Like, all of them, I told you, all the other women want X amount of time. I can put that time into my businesses. I can put that time into my kids. I can put that time into my health. I can put that time into like so much better uses than me just having to have, I got a good woman plus, 6 other girls who want to give me the 5% that she might not.
Yeah.
It's different.
I think people need to hear that information, though, because some people figured it out late. Some people don't ever figure it out. So hopefully it was articulated well in this panel tonight. Choice is yours, as Willie say. You got to wake up and choose your path. And if you want your path to be different, maybe it might be easy for some folks, Willie. Maybe some folks able to handle it, but based off a lot of experiences, it is costly.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Terry.
I was reading this article some years ago about monogamy and how it started. Like I think it was like Greece or Rome or something like that. And it's according to this article I was reading, it was in the sociology class. And it was basically saying that, and it was this kingdom in Greece or whatever it was, and all of the noble men, the kings, the princes, all that, they had all these concubines, so they had hundreds, thousands of women that they was dealing with, and they kept them all in these cribs. You know what I'm saying? And it was to the point where if you wasn't a noble man, if you wasn't rich, if you wasn't one of those top guys, you had no women. Like there were no women left for regular men at all. And then they said that the men had to leave the country, go to the countryside to start families. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no women left for them. So when it came time to pay taxes, there was no citizens to pay taxes. When it came time to go to war, there was no men to go to war because the men had left the country to create families. So the king decided that you can have one wife, you can have these you can still smash these women, but they got to go home. They got to go out and find a man to get married to if you still want to smash them. You know, they got a husband, that's up to you. But they can't live with you, and they got to go find a man so we could get the men back into the country so they could pay taxes and go to war. So the whole article was basically saying, the point that the teacher was trying to make by the article was that monogamy actually benefited the average man, not all men, but it benefits the average man more than it does women. What do y'all think about that?
I think that's part of it, because I mean, historically, most dudes pretty much didn't get women like that. I think that was one of the main reasons for marriage being instituted in the first place, is so most men would be able to have a woman and have some type of a functioning society or functionality according to the way they deemed it.
Yeah, I think that's 100% true as far as the who monogamy benefits. And I think we're at the precipice of the liberation of women to a point where they're going to choose to have polygyny as opposed to monogamy, because as it stands right now, there's a limited amount of men that universally will get chosen. And women are becoming more and more open about being able to share said men.
Because they're paying attention in math class.
Yeah. and then the men that aren't in that don't fit that criteria are becoming more and more vocal about these women, are only sharing these men. So it's naturally happening. Like I don't know, this may be a fucked up conspiracy theory, but I always thought capitalism and hierarchies that are imposed outside of physicality or in peer-to-peer interaction, meaning like if my DNA wasn't gonna make it to the next generation, but because I went and got $200 million, I was able to get a woman to sleep with me, and now I have a kid who's gonna grow up struggling because women genetically aren't attracted to me, and they'll be angry. But if I can create an institution of a hierarchy where I'm still at the top, then I can force a woman to like me, so I can keep pushing my like I think capitalism and certain hierarchies are like a hack to get people's DNA into the next gene cycle or the next pool. Yeah, I get it, but if they would have all like say, because 16 men can repopulate the whole world, right? If they took the 16 men that women wanted the most, and all these women had kids with them, or half had, with different ones, and then they would get all the character traits they wanted, and now these men wouldn't have issues. So height wouldn't be a big deal because everybody would be of a similar size. Attraction wouldn't be a big deal because everybody would be of the same attractiveness because they're coming from the same gene pool, but without it being ancestral or weird. The next thing that would come after that would be personality and skill set. Now we would just select for certain types of personalities. Within like 10 to 15 generations, you have a perfect society. But then you throw in capitalism and perverse that. You throw in hierarchies and perverse that, because it's going to take people who they would not select for genes they don't want to push forward and keep pushing them into the next gene cycle, prolonging the suffering. But it may be a crazy conspiracy, but that's just something I thought about.
The majority of the niggas you talking about that women don't want, I think were accidental babies anyway. A lot of these niggas were kids that the parents didn't want in the first place. So, because I'm not trying to be another conspiracy theory, I think that those of us who are desirable to women is because of how we were raised and our parents' selection, who they chose to be our fathers. and the fact that they were able to at least tie down a man like our fathers. I look at my parents. I look at my kids' moms. I look at it that way, and just you see, and it's like, well, damn, there's not very many of us out here like you know what I'm saying, are winning at life, and women tend to wait at the finish line and fuck the winners. They don't want to run the race. They don't want to run the race at all with us. So if we know that to be true, there shouldn't be. I don't think that the majority of women should have an issue with sharing men, because the majority of women aren't good enough to satisfy the men they want. Because if they were, most of these women wouldn't be single. The reason why women are single is because the men they want don't want them. There's nothing else. It's not about, there's no other excuse they can make. There's no other cope they can make. If a woman wants a relationship and she's single, the reason why she's single is because the niggas she want do not want her. That's almost what's probably the easiest argument to defend. But when we have it in these spaces, like in the context of polygamy, I think that does benefit women, but I think it also benefits children more. I think that it would benefit the children the most out of that, because now all these children are more likely to have a father. All these children are more likely to see their father loving their mom, interacting with their mom in a healthy way, learning how to treat a woman from their father to his mother, not like his father to a stepmom, to a father to a grandmother, or a stepdad to his mom. And it keeps that original nuclear family together. But a lot of women feel like they're entitled to have their own man. And the problem with that is it's just mathematically impossible for it to happen. If, 1/3 of niggas is gay, then 80% of the niggas is not gay, y'all don't like. That leaves you, I'm saying, 20% of the minus the 1/3, y'all are fucked mathematically. If every woman is thinking that they're going to get their own guy. And it also creates a hierarchy in the women now, because the women are able to secure and maintain a guy who's willing to only be with her are going to be the top tier women. The top 20% of the women, the bottom 80%, y'all see the T app, they's all fucking the same niggas. You seen it. Like all the same niggas that they complaining about, all the red flag niggas had 5-6 different girls talking about, yeah, I was with him too. So it proves that at the end of the day, the best women will get the best men. And the women who don't have men probably should be a little more realistic in the type of men they're looking for.
You think the percentage is that high of men that are gay? You think it's a third?
Oh, yeah. I think 2/3 of women are gay until it's time to eat some pussy. And I think 1/3 of niggas is gay and just a heartbreak away from sucking dick. Yeah. I'll die on that hill.
Wait. You think niggas can get their heart broken and start sucking dick?
I think that 1/3 of men are one heartbreak away from sucking dick.
Oh my God.
33.3%.
33.3%. 1/3 of niggas are a heartbreak away from sucking dick.
Yeah, that's heavy.
I mean, there are a lot of down low niggas out here though.
These niggas are being raised by women. What do women do? Like, women take two options, right? Once they had their heart broken, they done had 10-15 miles of dick. They either start eating coochie or they turn into religious women. Niggas is not going back to church. Like, that's not our path. When we get our heart broke, one of two things happens. We're gonna turn into a fucking savage, which typically be the guys who had fathers because they have a masculine influence in them. But a feminine man is going to do feminine shit. What's more feminine than sucking dick?
Well, damn. I mean, all right. So look, I'll say this, right? Because if a female would have came up here and was like, yeah, I think 33% of y'all is gay. I think she would have had, knives, guns, everything pointed at her. Right? There's no way we would have just ate that. Pause. So
super pause.
I mean, yeah. I think it's like, I don't think so. I mean, shit, data. I've looked at a lot of data on that shit, which I can't prove to be accurate or not, but I don't think it can be proven otherwise either. So I don't even know what we're gonna go off of, but I'm gonna just go by the available data, and it's I've never seen anything over 10%, and that's kind of rated high. Which
those are openly
I don't know what it is.
Those are openly gay men, though. Think about all the download niggas. Think about all the niggas that's curious. All y'all played sports before. Y'all know the niggas that always been the last one out the shower, but had bitches. There's a reason for that. Like, you gotta, if there was a way to measure how many closeted gay niggas are out there, I'm telling you, bro, 33% of niggas are.
That's a lot, yo.
I would even include in that the amount of niggas that's cool with going to jail. Like it's hey shit. If I hey Marcus, come on, man. Marcus, man. Hey, I know
Marcus,
you wanna,
what you think the percentage is,
I know
bro?
you want
What
to
you think the
save face,
percentage
bro,
is?
but come on, man. You know it's some zesty ass in the
I
closet.
don't run in.
homo
I
ass.
don't run into.
It's
I
some
don't run
real
into a
life
lot of
homo
that shit,
thugs
man.
out here, bro.
There's
Yeah,
too many,
they-
in my opinion, but that ain't
Fred,
my general
my
experience.
number is 14%. I think it's 14% of gay, like just gay niggas, and then of that, then
Damn.
another maybe 6% of DL niggas. So total, what's that?
I'm going 14
20%.
and 14, bro. I would say there's more down low gay men than there are out gay men.
Woof. Say it ain't so. That's crazy.
Just look at our society. I'm not trying to be
No,
funny,
not
but-
14% of the population. I take that back.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
It's probably
You said no,
6%
14%
of the population, and 14% of that would be.
Hey,
Yeah, can you hear me?
Clout, hey,
Okay.
Clout just made I just looked at the chat. Clout made a good point. It's grown ass men to this day. I just seen this grown ass man in the grocery store with his ass out.
Pause.
My man's easily in this gotta be 35 plus, 30s plus. My man's
You mean what, like Prince? Talking about what were we talking about?
talking about sagging.
bro.
I'm talking about sagging.
Prince
you know what
had
I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Prince had the
Not-
booty cheeks cut out of his
Not-
pants.
he said his ass out.
Hey, not under the, you know what I'm saying, how we kind of used to sag back in the day, where you'll see just like the top part of your box or your underwear or something. Oh, my man has his literal ass out to where his pants come up in the front, but his ass is out in the back. It's like, yo, bro, you in the grocery store, man? What is you doing? There's no way that shit not down low, bro.
Bro, I just saw a stud a couple days ago sagging her pants, and I was like, it's always y'all. It's always the thick ones. Like I was out looking for birthday gift stuff, and then she had the head shaved, ponytail on top, but with sagging, I'm talking about it was like under her cuff. And then she walking in the I'm like, the dudes in the store was looking at her like, I'm on FaceTime, so obviously I'm saying I can't sit here and make, I'm saying I ought to put it in the chat for y'all just to be because I'm a company man, but seeing dudes do that, like if we out or like young boys, like I'm almost old enough that I want to be like, hey man, pull your pants up. I'm almost there. Like I think that's gonna be like my final evolution into like my unk era, because I see niggas with their pants and it just looks stupid. And then how you sagging skinny jeans?
Look stupid as hell. Hey, look, I used to bounce, right? I worked the door. Niggas would come in. Hey, come on, man. Hey, look, hold on. Niggas would come into the club, bro, sagging, and I'll tell them, hey, man, hey, bro, pull up your pants. Man, these niggas will smack their lips as if I'm like, what the fuck, man? Pull up your pants, bro. I shouldn't have to tell you to pull up your pants, and I gotta pat you down. And then you mad at me. You mad at me because I'm telling you to pull up your pants. Like, come on, man.
That's
These
that
niggas-
1/3 of
gay,
niggas I'm
bro.
talking about. That's the 1/3 of niggas I was talking about. The ones that stuck their teeth in each other and pull their pants up.
Hey, these niggas gay, bro. You couldn't tell me otherwise, man. These niggas gay, bro.
Man,
See, I think that anybody who sags, they automatically sus.
If you sagging your pants around other grown ass men, you suspect as hell, bro.
You gotta cut the youngins some slack, like the ones that's like young 20.
These
like,
niggas over gay. Them young niggas over gay, bro.
I cut the little kids slack before I cut the grown ones.
So
I don't know.
Like,
I've been there when I was young, like, and that was like the style. Like I've been
sagging
there.
was the thing to do back in the day. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, we know where it came from now.
Trev, we wasn't fucking on each other back in the day, bro. These
Oh no, chill. Yo, bro. Bro.
Yeah, my dad didn't play that sagging shit.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it at school, and then I went to college for a couple years and went to the military after that and couldn't do it there. So like, ain't nobody Like sagging pants ain't never. That shit don't even seem comfortable. Like, why do I want my ass covered up? Like, especially in the world we live in now. Like sagging, you might be out here tempting niggas and shit. I'm cool. Like, no, bro, y'all wild. Y'all do that shit on purpose? Absolutely the fuck not.
Yeah, no, man, this shit weird, man.
Now look, add how many niggas that sag that you can think of, right? To the niggas you know that's gay. I bet you that 33% don't seem so far fetched now.
Terry, I wanted
think it's
to-
real. I
I
mean,
wanted
that's
to
like the
comment
young dudes doing that, and I don't know. I think we might be conflating. Like some of the shit is weird, sus, whatever, but I don't think it has anything to do with their sexual orientation. I don't think that every
Bro.
dude who sag his pants is gay. I think it's weird to do that and corny, right? However, I wouldn't say that he's defaulted into the gay side just because he's sagging his pants. He don't know the meaning behind it. All he knows is that the little YNs do it. They think it's cool, but I'm not going to say he gay just because of that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you say
the list of things a black man do and become gay is incredible? If a nigga buy Slurpee from 7-Eleven, gay. Gay. If you push people on the slide and smile while you doing it, gay.
Hey, that girl just said that if you take a day off on your birthday, you gay.
Niggas be coming up with to make black men gay is crazy to me, bro. Like, if you eat brownies and eat the whole brownie and don't break it in part and eat it like this, gay. If you eat a banana and you don't break it into small individual pieces, gay. If you like, come on.
The banana part is kind of gay though, bro. I'm not putting a banana in my mouth.
Like, come on, bro. Niggas can't
Marcus,
be.
hey,
gotta
wait,
be
Marcus. I know you in the hood, right? It's been plenty of times where I've been in the hood where niggas they won't even be sagging, bro. They pants is around their thighs and they walking
Hey, yo.
around.
Who's doing that?
in a
That's-
minute.
Bro, you know sometimes when niggas be broken don't have a belt. And they be
Bro,
damn. You sit around.
Trev.
These niggas, I even try to pull their pants up when they get dressed, bro.
Listen, bro. I'm telling y'all, I don't know where y'all. I don't know if y'all don't go outside or not. I go outside, bro.
I mean,
These
I'll be
niggas,
outside. I don't know how
these
many times
niggas
I gotta
are
say
walking
I have
around.
since fled from the hood, but I'll be outside.
Bro, these niggas are walking around with their pants around their thighs, holding on to their joint while they walking around, bro. These niggas gay, bro.
That ain't gay, that's broke. Some of them be broke and borrowed the clothes from somebody they don't fit, and they trying to walk and keep that shit up and don't got a belt. Like, I done seen motherfuckers tied. Like, I done did the shit when I was younger. You know, the twist ties from the bread, tie the two loops in the front together to make the pants stay
make
up.
the pants tighter.
Don't
But
be,
bro,
that
that's
shit
not
don't-
them.
like,
Them not
they
the niggas we talking about. We talking about the niggas who, when they get dressed, they pull their pants up, they stop when they get to their ass, and then they done. That's when they put a shirt on.
that's weird.
That's their outfit.
Like
With
we're
the
not
belt
talking about
on.
the niggas who got to wear hand-me-down clothes like a
Willie.
nigga wearing his brother shit and it's falling down.
Willie.
Obviously, we're not talking about them. We talking
Willie.
about the
No.
niggas who do it on purpose, like the niggas who lay down to put their pants on, and then have to rock to get up because they can't really open their legs, and then they got the ass out, bro. And then they tuck the bottom of their drawers into the pants. Like that's a thing.
Wait, tuck the bottom of the drawers into the pants?
Think about it, bro, because that's how low they got their fucking pants. Like,
Look,
you know what I'm
with
saying?
a belt
Everybody
on.
probably wear compression shorts now, right? That's the whatever. So they got
Yeah.
some
With a
Teslas and all the other bullshit. They'll have to tuck the bottom part in like this on their thigh into the pants, and that's where they stop pulling their pants up.
Shit.
Yeah. I agree with you on that shit. They doing too much. Like,
With a belt on. This is now.
That's
Keep in mind, this is all with a belt on.
They
They'll
rhyme
do
with
that
that
shit with a belt on, walking around like that, bro. These niggas
Oh,
gay, bro.
Anytime I sit down in a chair or in like a car seat, when I get up, it's gonna look like I'm sagging because of.
But you pull your pants up.
I do. But right before that, come on,
Because you sitting down. That's why,
Yeah,
nigga,
you
you
gotta-
15 feet tall. Of course, it's gonna look like you sagging when you sit down. Like when you get up, nigga, it take you 3 seconds to stand up in the first place, and then you pull your pants up naturally. Like that's normal. We're not talking about that. We talking about niggas who like get dressed, dead ass look at themselves like, okay, I can see my knees. All right, cool. And then start leave out the fucking house. That shit, you can't, bro. That shit is weird.
You think 30% of niggas? So 3 out of 10 niggas is gay.
Listen, I'm gonna say it again. I think that 33% of niggas are one heartbreak away from sucking dick.
That's crazy.
Hey, and we starting to see a lot of dudes that's they open to the tranny movement. You know what I'm saying?
So Viz, you on this shit too? You think it's 33%?
I think, man, on some real shit, bro. I think it's damn near up there. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I couldn't even walk outside comfortable if I
Hey,
felt
Trev,
type shit was
let
like
me ask
that.
you a question, bro. If a dude get his dick sucked by a tranny, does that make him gay?
100%. Ain't no questions about it.
All right,
Absolutely.
you in the 67%. If you had said no, it was up.
Oh, come on, bro. What makes you think I would even say yes to that, bro?
Trev, according to the internet, motherfuckers would be like, that don't make me gay, that make them gay.
No, y'all both gay.
That's what they saying, bro. Hey.
And we're gonna get to it as we close out.
That's what
Mama
these niggas
He said, "Oh shit, yellow tag
we
coming."
have such a generational barriers, and then creating our own is an excuse to not do the work. Prophecy to save you $10. Also, remember, but a race is not a direct cause of wealth. It is deeply intertwined with historical and ongoing systemic factors that have shaped and continue to shape economic opportunities and outcomes. Prophecy to gain $10. Understanding the complex interplay between race and wealth is essential for addressing the racial wealth gap and working towards more equitable society. LD244, also member 499. You can tell real dope ain't never been through nothing. You something else, little dude. Bishop Mama G 499, also member. Hey, Chicago's beautiful. Stop trying to traumatize people. That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, we done kicked him out of Chicago.
D-Rob 3003.
Yeah, I'll be home.
Y'all cats keep on keeping on with the ism. Stop putting these bras on pedestal. Everything is run by on us. Your kids, their mama, your dependents, our culture. It's on us. Keep this man therapy up, Mr. Lapeef. Prophecy to Savior. Also, remember $5. One thing Terry has shown is if you his homie and you have a private convo, it's going to be used on a podcast that may have people thinking you're a weirdo. Successful MD $2 says, would this convo be the same if she's a big back? I think everybody has contributed to the platform.
The comments is really vicious tonight, man. These motherfuckers is crazy.
Man, the comments wasn't bad, bro. But I will say this: you gotta look at some of these people's profile
Not for
pictures.
you.
No, I mean I'm just saying, like even the ones like where they was getting on the panel, like just look at the people's profile picture that's saying this shit. It doesn't matter after that.
Yeah, there you go.
I wanted to comment on Terry last question though. I didn't get a chance to comment about. I don't think monogamy benefits men more. I think monogamy benefits women. Yeah, I don't think like I can't see how that benefits men.
I gotta be two motherfuckers. I gotta fuck two motherfuckers. I gotta listen to motherfuckers. I gotta support two motherfuckers. Yeah,
It benefit men because
no more. We're not saying it doesn't. We're saying more than women.
70% of men would not be able to have kids. 70% of men would not have access to sex. 70% of society as a whole, if you don't have something to like influence men to be successful, would suffer. So that would be negative. I think that would more negative.
You think these women who take that shit are gonna still deal with the 80% of losers in the world? They gonna want the same 20% of niggas too. Just because they want two of them now. And they're okay sharing him with somebody. They're not gonna try to share the bottom 80% of niggas, so they still going unfuck with ashy dicks.
Right. So that would mean that 100% of the women could get somebody, and 20% of the women guaranteed.
No, 100% of the women ain't.
That's not how that math would math out.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I agree. That's not exact math.
More women would have men. It doesn't mean that there would be more men that had sex though, because that just means that for all of us monogamous niggas, now we can go out and have 5 bitches. Cool. But those 5 women, they're not gonna go pick from the bottom 80% of niggas still. They're gonna all want to pick from that same 20%. So they really gonna be sharing niggas then. Like there's nothing we can do to help niggas who don't get vagina. other than mentor them, coach them, and pray.
Yeah. I guess I do get the perspective that was given earlier. But like, I think that women, I don't know, and at a certain point in time, like, women couldn't defend themselves. Like, really, like, you can't really protect. You needed a man, right? Like, you need men till this day. I mean, it's in a different capacity because we are a society, so you can utilize the public men like the police officers, and like those are the men that you get to use to protect you. But I think traditionally, like, probably most of the civilization of this world, you needed a man.
Are you talking to us, Willie? Because you're on mute.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I was talking to my old lady and then talking about I don't want to I had to wake my daughter up so she can go pee.
I know that it is.
TMI. You know. I know the struggles. I know the struggles. I got one right here, right now. I know the struggles.
All right, Real, you good with that?
Yeah.
All right, Terry, you want to respond? You good?
Oh, no, I'm straight.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Terry got some content out there on TikTok and on YouTube. So just type his name in on Instagram. You should be able to find everything you need. So make sure we support each other, man. Check out everybody. Let's support all across the board, man. Thank you guys for tuning in to King Talk. We're going live tomorrow, man. We're going live. We got a show tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until next time, we out.